Ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the NPB, the Pacific League, Central League, or their sponsors. We are giving English reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Tonight, it is the battle of the two first-place teams in each the Central League and the Pacific League. It'll be the Tokyo Yakult Swallows going head-to-head against the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. The Swallows, with a win tonight, will capture the Interleague Championship as they have a 12-4 record. Entering tonight's affair, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks are at 9-7 in interleague play. Overall on the season, the first-place Swallows are 38-21-1. They have the best record in all of the NPB. They are first place in the Central League. The Hawks are 34-24-1. And they sit perched atop in first place in the Pacific League. So now we'll start off and we'll give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. First from the visitors from Tokyo. Leading off and playing in center field wearing number 9 is Yasutaka Shiomi. Batting second and playing in right field wearing number 31 is Kotaro Yamazaki. Batting third and doing the designated hitting wearing number 1 is Tetsudo Yamada. In the cleanup spot and playing third base wearing number 55 is Munetaka Murakami. Batting fifth and playing first base wearing number 13 is Jose Ozuna. Batting sixth in left field wearing number 51 is Taiki Hamada. Batting seventh and doing the catching wearing number 33 is Soma Uchiyama. Batting eighth and playing second base wearing 00 is Nobuyuki Okamura. And batting ninth and playing shortstop wearing number 58 is Hideki Nakagawa. And they're going to be facing the lefty. It's a battle of lefties tonight. It's going to be Tomohisa Ozeki. He takes to the hill for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. He's got a 4-3 record. He's pitched 57 innings this year. He's allowed 47 hits. He's given up 15 runs, 14 of which have been earned. He's walked only 9 and struck out 38. And he's got an ERA of 2.21. That's the starting lineup for the Swallows. And now your starting lineup for the home team from Fukuoka. The SoftBank Hawks will lead it off with Yukio Shudo. He's playing third base and wears number 23. Batting second is the shortstop, wearing number 99, Isami Nomura. Batting third in right field, wearing number 9, is Yuki Yanagita. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 54, Alfredo Despaigne. Batting fifth and playing second base, wearing number 36, is Taisi Makihara. Batting sixth in left field, wearing number 27, is Yurizabel Graciel. Batting seventh in left field, wearing number 31, is Tomoya Mazaki. Batting eighth and at first base, wearing number 5, is Nobuhiro Matsuda. And batting ninth and doing the catching tonight, wearing number 79, is Riko Watanabe. And they are going to be facing a left-hander that the Swallows will send out to the hill. It'll be Andrew Suarez, who's making his third career NPB start. And he has an 0-0 record on the year. And we're ready to get this one underway as Ozeki delivers a first-pitch fastball that swung on and fouled away. And the count is 0-1 to Shudo. For Shudo on the season, he's batting .389. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. Ozeki rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. And there's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. The Hawks today are sporting the white jerseys with the black hat, but instead of their traditional yellow, it is the Mother's Day pink that they are running out there today against the Swallows. There's a fastball that swung on. This is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. There's a lot of pink in the stands today in Fukuoka for this one. So they've got pink brims, pink piping all over the jerseys in replacement of their traditional yellow. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to the leadoff hitter, Shudo. Ozeki rocks into the motion, and he kicks, and he delivers. It is a fastball that misses down in it. It makes Shudo skip a little bit of rope to get out of the way, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shudo. Ozeki ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion, and there's a breaking ball swung on it. It's tapped slowly over to third. It is fielded neatly by the third baseman, Murakami, and he throws to first. Or check that, the third baseman, the third baseman for the Hawks is Shudo, and he throws to first, and that is going to retire Shinomi for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up Kotaro Yamazaki. So ground out 5-3 to start the ball game. So Yamazaki steps to the plate. He's hitting .250 on the season. He's got a homer and 16 RBIs. And here comes the first offering from Ozeki. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So not only are the Hawks sporting the pink, so too are the umpires. They've got a pink mask and a pink jersey for tonight's game, and there's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1 to Yamazaki. But also, too, are the photographers. They've got pink vests on. Everything is pink around the stadium tonight. So here comes the 1-1 offering, and Ozeki delivers. That is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. That last pitch was clocked at 151 kilometers an hour, which was just shy of a 95 mile an hour fastball. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. There is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded back off of the pitcher, and it is going to slowly move over to second base into the 4-hole, where it is picked up by the second baseman, Makihara. And Yamazaki is going to be aboard with a base hit. We're going to see if they're going to come out and visit the pitcher. I don't know where it exactly got him. It looked like it got off the heels. It was maybe off the left heel and then off the right heel. Maybe we got him twice. So we'll see if they've got to visit out to the mound. They are coming out to the mound to check on him. And they are going to walk over to they're going to have a look at him. So we're going to have a little pause in the action here, as that is going to go down as a single for Yamazaki. That is going to take out the pitcher for a moment here. This is what they sometimes do in the NPB, is the players will come off the field to go to the training room, and they'll take a look at him, and they'll make a decision if he's going to come back in. He looks like he's going to be fine, but who knows? They're probably going to go in. So we are going to have a pause in the action here. And we'll talk a little bit about what this game means tonight, and that is going to slow things up. It is going to bring up Tetsudo Yamada to the plate, and as far as I'm concerned, this combination of Yamada and Murakami are probably the best 1-2 punch for power in the NPB. Yamada's got 13 homers on the year. Murakami's got 17. And they, between them, obviously 30 home runs, and we're not even at the midway point of the season yet. So 30 home runs between the two. But Murakami, more impressively, has 47 runs batted in. And he is absolutely electric in the 4-hole. I saw him play in the exhibition season a little bit. We haven't really seen him recently. I haven't seen a whole lot from the Hawks recently either. But certainly my thoughts on Murakami is one thing that would hold him back is his defensive play. He's going to have to work on his footwork and some of those things that are coming back. And as expected, Ozeki is going to come back out to the mound. He's running out to the mound. He's going to get a couple of pitches here, and we're going to see if he's going to be able to continue. He is walking a little bit gingerly as he moves to the mound. So we got G-Volve in here. He says, yo, I'll host you when I can. We appreciate you being in here, and we thank you very much for stopping in. And on the hill here is the left-hander Ozeki, getting a couple of tosses here to see if he's going to be able to resume the action. And he's been given a couple of throws, and of course he nods and says he's good to go, and we're going to get back at it. So the trainer is now going to leave the field. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Tetsudo Yamada. So for Yamada, He is batting on the season 241. He's got 13 homers and 31 RBIs. And Yamato also can run a little bit. He's got 8 stolen bases. And Yamato, of course, yesterday turned one around as he spanked the ball into the left field seats in the ball game last night that brought the Swallows fans to their feet, who are in droves in Fukuoka to see their hometown team from Tokyo play. So here comes the first offering from Ozeki. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and it's taken for a called strike. Stiffen Yamada up because he sure didn't think that that pitch had caught the corner. Not only are the umpires in pink, and we said about the Hawks in pink, so too are the bases tonight. They definitely pop in terms of their view. Everything is all in pink except for the baselines. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yamada. I have to say that, in my opinion, Tetsuya Yamada has to be one of the more dangerous hitters in all of the NPB. Very consistent over his time in the last few years. He re-upped, and his opportunity or any thoughts about going to Major League Baseball came to an end when he re-upped the contract a couple years ago. He got a good chunk of money. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 to Yamada. Some of the players that play in Japan, in my opinion, that probably could have made a run over to Major League Baseball. Yamada is one, and Hayato Sakamoto, the shortstop for the Giants, was another one. But sometimes the money is too good to not have to leave Japan. There's a fastball taken at the knees, and the count is now 2-2 to Yamada. It was a really well-received ball by the catcher, Watanabe. He really backhanded the ball really well. Sometimes it's difficult to catch left-handed pitchers, as it forces you to have to move to your backhand more frequently. He didn't flip the glove. He was able to receive it, and he presented that very well. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And instead, Ozeki throws over to first base, and getting back easily is the base runner, Yamazaki. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yamada. There is 1 away here in the top of the first inning. Yamazaki was aboard on a single after it was pinballed off the ankle of the pitcher Ozeki. He checks the runner at first, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. And off to the races goes Yamazaki, and he has stolen second base without a throw. They didn't throw. The pitch was inside. It actually almost hit Yamada. And the way that Watanabe had received it, it didn't allow him to be able to get the throw down to second, as it took him right behind the hitter. And so Yamazaki is now in scoring position. It is 3-2 to Yamada, with 1 away here in the first inning. So Zeki gets the sign from his catcher, Watanabe. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses inside, and Yamada has drawn himself a walk. That is going to put runners at first and second, and that is going to bring up the dangerous Munetaka Murakami. As we were talking about a few minutes ago, Murakami is also a very dangerous hitter. He's got 17 homers on the season, 47 runs batted in, and he's hitting .292. We want to welcome our friend Nash into the house and Wintermaid. They are in the house tonight. We appreciate you guys being here. Murakami also homered in last night's game. He went the other way. 17 on the season. And 2 ducks on the pond for the Swallows. No umbrellas up yet for their dance. And so here we go, back to the live action. And Murakami waits, and the first pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. As I mentioned at the outset, if there was one thing I'd have to say about Murakami, he really has to work on his defense. I saw some of his footwork. I saw some of the stuff. And I think, in my opinion, that would be the issue that I have with Murakami. So here comes the 0-1 offering. Left-hander against the left-hander. Ozeki checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses down. The count goes even to 1-1 on Murakami. Our friend Nash says, who do you have winning this one? I feel like Suarez gets lit up. Well, Ozeki has not exactly come out firing or with command of his pitches so far tonight. So I would say probably in this one, I might want to lean toward the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks as well. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. I think if there's an opportunity to even it up tonight, I like the lineup that the Hawks have run out. But this Swallows team is playing good baseball right now, so it's hard to write them off. But I'll say Hawks. Home field advantage to the Hawks this evening. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-1. Winner 8 says over 4.5 in the first 5. Well, one swing of the bat here could get you really close to that right now. I would say that if they are going to be over 4.5 in the first 5, it's got to come in the first couple innings. If these left-handers are able to settle down, they could get into a groove and then be a long night for the hitters. But if they could, both of these pitchers could get through the first inning, then it could be the under would probably play out. And there's a fastball that misses down, and that is ball 4. Back-to-back walks here issued by Ozeki. And that's going to bring the pitching coach out, as that is going to load the bases. Yamazaki moves to third, Yamada to second, and Murakami is at first. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Jose Ozuna. For Ozuna on the season, he is struggling a little bit. He's batting .226. He's got 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. I wonder if that line shot off the ankle of Ozeki is still bothering him. We've got Troy in the house tonight. Welcome, Troy. We thank you for stopping in. We got the first place clash between the Hawks and the Swallows. Expect the festive atmosphere in here tonight. So we're in the top of the first with 1 out. It is the bases are full of Swallows. And the Hawks have 1 away here, and they're looking to roll themselves a double play. They've got the corners are in, but the middle infield is back in double play depth. So Jose Osuna steps in, and the first offering from Ozeki is ready to be on the way. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Ozuna's batting .226 on the season. He's got 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. The Swallows are looking to flap their wings and get this one going now. So Troy asked the question, what's your call, Swallows or Hawks? Even though it looks like it could be a situation here where this could get out of hand quickly, I still think the Hawks are my team tonight. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. The Hawks, of course, lost the opener of this series last night 3-1 to the Swallows. But I think that tonight, if you asked me before the game, I think this is the Hawks game tonight. As we said, there's a lot of Swallows fans in attendance. They made the journey from Tokyo to see their beloved team play. Here's the 1-1. It's a fastball swung on and missed. That pitch was up around the eyeballs. Got in there at about 93 miles an hour, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Ozuna. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ozuna. He waggles the bat, and he's waiting on the offering from Ozeki. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's tapped back to the pitcher. They go home for 1, back to first, but it's not in time. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Yamazaki at the plate. That's going to be a fielder's choice, 1-2. So Yamazaki is gone. It's going to advance Yamada to third. Murakami is going to second, and Osuna is safe at first. We'll get a look at the replay. It was a bang-bang play at first, but I think upon my further review, Ozuna was safe. And that's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Taiki Hamada. So the Swallows loading the bases with one out. If they fail to cash a run in here, this would be squandering an opportunity for sure. So the bases are full of Swallows, and Hamada steps to the plate. He's hitting .231. He's got 4 homers and 8 RBIs. Lefty against the righty. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. The count is quickly 0-1. Troy says, chasing high out of the zone, and that ain't good. Yeah, that pitch that Ozuna swung at, it was up and away, and he was up there taking a big hack. I would have to think that maybe he was guessing on the pitch, and he guessed wrong. That pitch was not something he could handle. So no balls and 1 strike to Hamada, and here's the pitch from Ozeki. It's a fastball, taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. Well, this at bat here for Hamada, the first couple of pitches that he's seen, I would use the word confused, as both of those pitches from Hamada were right around the knees. The one he fouled away, and then the other one that he took for the strike. The living room is in the house. He says, speaking of Osuna, there's another Osuna on his way to the NPB. We welcome the living room into the house tonight. And we'll get to that in a moment. There's a fastball that just misses down and away, and the count is 1-2 on Hamada. So correct it is. Roberto Osuna, the former closer of the Toronto Blue Jays and Houston Astros, has inked a deal with the Chibalote Marines. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk about that because obviously the off-field situation has raised some eyebrows. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is to Hamada. Ozeki holds at the chest. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is jammed on the fist. Charging in on it is the second baseman, Makihara. He throws to first. And that is going to do it. The Hawks are able to wiggle their way out of a jam here in the first inning. There was no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit. There were no errors and 3 Swallows left aboard. We are through a half inning. It is the Yakult Swallows, nothing. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. It's going to be a good one tonight. We got Vivid Life in the house. We've got Living Room. We got Troy. We got Winter Maid, Nash. Everybody's here. We're glad you're here. Hold tight. We'll be right back in just a moment. Here's one of our Did You Knows. Did you know? Welcome back, everybody. It is 0-0. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the bottom of inning number 1 from Fukuoka. We're glad you guys could be with us. Stick around. Welcome back, everybody. It is the top of the order for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. We got Yukio Shudo, Isami Nomura, and Yuki Anagita to face the left-hander Andrew Suarez. Suarez is making his 3rd NPB start. He was originally pitching in Korea last year, and so this is where he is joining the fray in the NPB. He has earned his right over here. It is a step up from the Korean League, and he delivers a first pitch fastball that missed outside to Shudo for 1 ball and no strikes. And there he delivers another fastball, and it misses outside for 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Yukio Shudo. Shudo is batting .389 on the season. He's got a homer and 3 RBIs. And now he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. We're laughing about that when the living room is in the house. Absolutely it is. There is a fastball that is swung on and missed. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. We appreciate everybody in here for this one. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. And that is going to be a base hit for Shudo. And he is aboard with a leadoff single here for the Hawks in the bottom half of the first inning. So bottom half of the first inning, Yukio Shudo has got himself a base hit. So Shudo establishes his lead at first, and it's Isami Nomura who steps to the plate. He's batting .239 on the season. He's got 4 homers and 9 runs batted in. And Suarez flips it over to first base, and diving back is the base runner Shudo. Here comes Suarez ready to go back to work. He holds at the belt and he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses up and away. And the count is 1-0. We said at the top of the stream, should the Yakult Swallows win this game, they will clinch the interleague title for the best record. They're 12-4 right now. One more win and they will lock it all up. Here's the pitch from Suarez. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is drilled to deep center field. Going back on the warning track and watching that sail into the stands is the center fielder Shinomi. And so just like that, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks are aboard 2-0. And that is the way you respond when you load the bases and slam the door. You come back with 2 of your own in the bottom of the first. Nomura has driven in 2 runs on a 2-run shot to straightaway center field. And the Hawks are on the board with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Our friend Nash, or was it Vivid Life, who said right out of the gate that he figured that Andrew Suarez was going to get lit up tonight. Well, it didn't take long, as that ball was absolutely blasted into the center field seats. Now, as we're back to the live action, Yuki Yanagita takes a first pitch fastball upstairs for a ball 1. And the count is 1-0. Suarez back to work, drops in a breaking ball, and the count is 1-1. So 1 strike. Well, Andrew Suarez has found out they're not playing the KT Wiz. This is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There's no pushover. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-2 to Yanagita. And Suarez delivers. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Yanagita is gone for out number 1. So he is retired for the first out here in the first inning. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Alfredo Despania. Despania has been drinking from the fountain of youth. He's going to be 36 years old next week and is batting .440 in his first 25 at-bats. He's got 2 homers and 3 RBIs. The big fella looks like he has not missed many meals, and he swings at the first pitch, and he hits it deep to center field. Turning and racing back on it as it carries is the center fielder Shiomi, and he makes the catch, and that is going to be retiring Despania for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that is going to bring up Taisi Makihara. So our friend Wintermaid says 4.5 is looking decent. Absolutely. Vivid Life says, is there a site you can find the batting, pitching averages of the NPB teams? Yeah, just go to the NPB website, and you can find all the information. There was a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. If you do that, you're able to see it, that they're not always the quickest on the upload of the stats. There's a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2. You can translate the page from Japanese to English. You're able to pull out even historical stats. There's a breaking ball that's down. It gets away from the catcher. Off to first goes the runner, Makihara, and it is fielded, and he's going to be thrown out. It is going to go as a strikeout 2-3 for out number 3. But for Makihara, that is going to do it for the Hawks. But the damage has been done. There were 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. The homer from Isami Nomura has the Hawks out in front 2-0. We'll be back after this for the call at the top of the second inning. We're glad you guys are with us. Hang tight, everybody. Here is our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom or the top of the second inning. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the batting order coming up for the Fukuoka or for the Tokyo Yakult Swallows. Yes, it is indeed. We got the catcher Soma Uchiyama coming up. It'll be then followed by Nobuyuki Okamura and the shortstop Hideki Nagioka. So for Uchiyama on the season, he's hitting .238. He's got a homer and 10 runs batted in. And the first pitch from Ozeki is a fastball that comes in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Well, Ozeki's going to need to really settle down here and give the Hawks that opportunity to pad onto their lead. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. As I said in the first inning, once these pitchers can get through the first inning and get into a groove, runs may come at a premium until they have to leave the ball game. Here comes the 1-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Uchiyama. Uchiyama is a right-handed stick, and he's got a piece of body armor that goes below the elbow and runs right up the tricep, just below the deltoid muscle. It is wide, and he's obviously got some concerns there because it is well padded. There is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 3-1. He almost looks like it's a football player, and so he's got extensions coming down the arms from his shoulder pads. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 3-2. Some of the padding that is worn in the NPB, and I thought for a while in Major League Baseball they were going to get rid of the body armor. They were going to change some of that stuff, or they were grandfathering it out. Anybody who had it could keep it. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and it is ball 4. Some of the stuff they see, it looks like the hockey goalie pads in the National Hockey League, that the padding has become so wide and so big. So Uchiyama gets himself a leadoff walk here in the second inning. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Nobuyuki Okamura. And for Okamura on the season, he's hitting .182. He is getting the start tonight as Tetsuda Yamada as the designated hitter. He's got no homers and 1 RBI, 2 hits and 11 at-bats on the season. So here comes the first offering, but instead, Ozeki throws over to first, and back easily is Uchiyama. I said it's a token toss over to first base from the lefty Ozeki. It's definitely not his A move. I haven't seen his A move yet, or even if he has an A move. The only time he's thrown over to first has been the token toss, and there's a fastball that misses down and away. Okamura did square to bunt, but he pulled back easily, and the count is 1-0. It was a late break from the second baseman. So he gets the signs from the third base coach, who's flashing them to his batter here. He's slightly choked up off the end of the bat. Ozeki holds at the chest, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded foul just past the first base bag. And what I like about the Swallows is when you look in the dugout, the manager and the bench coach are both flashing signs. So we talk about sign stealing in Major League Baseball. As the sign goes out to the third base coach, they're giving two different sets of signs. So I guess we really don't know who's flashing what sign and which one the third base coach is relaying from. So here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1 to Okamura. So 2 balls and 1 strike. I find that a bit amusing, but that's one way to be able to do it. We've got Sauce Up Game in the house. He's on Twitch listening in. We appreciate you popping in. We're doing pretty good tonight. Here's the 2-1 offering. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 2-2 to Okamura. Well, we started off with a cracker of a first inning with the Swallows loading the bases with 1 out and unable to cash a run in. And then right off the bat, the Hawks come back with a base hit and a 2-run homer. Vivid Life says, I'm chasing 9 runs for this game. I don't know if there's going to be that many runs. I think that's an ambitious choice. 2 top teams in both leagues, and there's a fastball swung on. It's tapped slowly back to the mound. It's fielded by Ozeki. He throws to first. That's going to retire Okamura. It's a swinging bunt. It's going to go down as a ground out, 1-3. It advances Uchiyama over to second. And that will bring up the shortstop, Hideki Nageoka. So Sauce Up Game says he already missed a bunch of action. Sauce Up Game probably is deep down a Kansas City Royal fan, because we always used to say that Kansas City Royal fans get to the game in the 3rd inning and they leave in the 6th. But hopefully Sauce Up Game will stick around tonight. Vivid Life says, and the Pork Punchers game too. Yep, definitely. That would be the Ham Fighters. There's a fastball that's swung on and fouled away. The count is quickly 0-1 to Hideki Nageoka. Nageoka is the shortstop tonight. He's batting .240 on the season. He's got a couple of homers and 25 runs batted in. Sauce Up Game, who's on Twitch, you may not see the chat as we get it. He says that Casey Mize has got to get Tommy John surgery. Yep, we'll see in 2024. The Detroit Tiger former first overall pick is ruled out for the rest of the year. There's a fastball to Nageoka that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-1. It's not been an easy inning and a third plus for the left-hander Ozeki. Getting hit in the ankle with a line drive, and he's already up to 42 pitches. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 2-1. At the rate he's going here, we're not going to see him much past the 5th inning. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Nageoka. We expect to have a larger crowd in here tonight, and I would expect that is going to be the case. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count goes even now to 2-2 on Nageoka. As the last couple of games of interleague play in the NPB, we are bringing them with you here tonight. Tomorrow night will be the last one. I don't know if we're going to be able to provide a call on tomorrow night's game. We've got some other things that are in the way, and there is a fastball swung on. It's lined to the third baseman, who makes a great play. The Hawks third baseman, Shudo, in a good position there, was lined. He just leaps, makes the catch. He was looking for the potential of a double play. Good piece of base running by Uchiyama to freeze on the line drive. And that is going to retire Nageoka, but it's going to bring the top of the order, Shiomi, to the plate. So Shiomi is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to third to begin the ball game. So he gets himself dug in. And he's ready for the first offering from Ozeki. Zeki checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's going to be lifted into the seats well down the first base line. The count is quickly 0-1. One thing I can't figure out in Japan is they only play 18 interleague games. Why they wouldn't do a home and home and make it 36? And that way there, and split up the interleague play. They do it in the month of end of May, early June, and it's the same teams all the way to the end of the season. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count goes to 1-1. Because you do get some good crowds. Sauce-up Game said the Swallows stranded the bases loaded. Yeah, in the top of the first they did. That was unfortunately. Vivid Lace says the Hawks don't hit many home runs, huh? And there is a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped over to third. It is fielded, and they throw to first, and that is going to be a out at first base, but we're going to have to hold our horses here as they're going to go to the VAR. So Shuto kind of staggered on the play at third base. He kind of had to read the ball in the hop. He came in and he got it, and then he made the throw. The throw was up the line a little bit. Nobuhiro Matsuda, the first baseman, had to stretch. And as he stretched, he held on to the throw, but I think he may have come off the bag to allow the batter runner, Shiomi, to be able to reach first base. We haven't seen a highlight yet, but we're going to let you know what we think on it. But at the end of the day, what we think doesn't matter. I don't know what the angles that they will have, but we'll get a chance to look at this in a moment ourselves. Until that happens, we have to wait. So here comes our first look at the replay. The ball was chopped, and it took a weird spin away from the third baseman. Now, the first baseman, Matsuda, makes the play, and he kind of snow cones the ball. But I have a feeling this is going to be overturned. I think Shiomi was able to beat it out before he got there. A nice play by the first baseman, not to let the ball get by and to be able to make the catch. But based on my angle, I have a feeling that this is going to be overturned, and we're going to have Swallows on the corners. We'll see what the umpires have to say when they return. It is a game in Fukuoka, so we'll see if there's any home cooking involved. But I am pretty confident and that is going to be a safe call. But I've been wrong before, so let's see what happens here. Different angle there. I'm not so sure now. I like one of the angles that they have. They have almost like a 3D projectional angle or a multi-angle where they can rotate around. So they get it in the one spot and then they move it around. You can kind of see where the call was made. The Swallows seem confident. This call will be overturned. And here comes the umpires. And they rule them safe. It is overturned. It is going to be a base hit. We're going to go as an infield hit for Shiomi. And that is going to advance Uchiyama to third. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Kotaro Yamazaki. For Yamazaki, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He reached base as he hit that line shot off the ankle of the pitcher Ozeki back in the first inning that ended up in a single. So he is going to step up to the plate. He also has a stolen base tonight. So the Hawks are yet threatening again here in their half of the second inning. He has raised his average to 257. The right fielder has choked up on the bat. He's probably up a good 2-3 inches. And here we go back to the action here as Yamazaki. There is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yamazaki. It is a festive atmosphere in Fukuoka. I would have to say this is got to be close to, or if not a full house tonight. We'll get the attendance a little later on. They have a large crowd, one of the largest crowds we've seen this year in the PayPay Dome. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. A great day for baseball, but then again, every day is a great day for baseball as far as we're concerned. We will look at the out-of-town scoreboard a little bit later, as all five of the 6 games are underway. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul over on the first base side. It was kind of weird. You don't usually see left-handed batters fouling off on the first base side. Usually it goes the other way. So 2 balls and 1 strike. It is to Yamazaki. He is waiting on the offering from the lefty Ozeki, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down and away. The count is now 3-1. Well, at this rate here, Ozeki may not make it through the 4th inning. I was skeptical that he might not make it through the 5th, but he might not make it to the 4th. You've got Tetsuya Yamada waiting on deck as it's a 3-1 count here to Yamazaki. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded through the 6-hole into left field, and the Swallows have cut one back. A RBI base hit for Yamazaki. He's aboard. Shiomi is going to go to second, and Uchiyama scores the first run of the game for the Swallows. That's an RBI for Yamazaki. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game. And now we have a conference of Hawks again on the mound as the pitching coach has come out to the mound. That is going to bring up the dangerous Tetsuya Yamada. As we said, this 3-4 punch in the Swallows batting order, not only can they deliver a punch, they can deliver a knockout. So Yamada batting .241 with 15 homers and 31 RBIs. He walked his first time up and was stranded at 3rd to end the 1st inning. So there's 2 Swallows aboard. There is 2 away. And Yamada stepping up to the plate. So maybe our friend Vivid Life is onto something with the amount of runs the figures were going to be scored. So here comes the first offering. It's a fastball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0 to Yamada. Yamada. Zeki gets the sign from his catcher Watanabe. Now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It looked like Yamada with that 1 swing wanted to put 3 more on the board for the Swallows. But he swung just underneath that pitch. It looked like he was right on time with the pitch. He was just underneath it. So Zeki is nodding. He gets his sign and he approves from his catcher Watanabe, and here he's ready to go back to work. He checks the runner at second, and now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on. It is belted foul down the left field line into the temporary seating. As we noted before, all the people that are sitting in the temporary seating in front of these stands, they're all wearing batting helmets. Definitely on that one, you probably would have been appreciated that you're wearing one, because that thing was a missile flying into the stands down there. You got to be ready to protect yourself. So that runs the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Yamada. So the right-handed stick is waiting on the offering from the lefty Ozeki. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that is fouled away. Keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tetsuya Yamada. The other dangerous hitter, Munetaka Murakami, is waiting his turn on deck. So Yamada wants to keep the train rolling here for the Swallows in their half of the 2nd inning. They've cut one back as the score is 2-1. Runners are at first and second. And here comes the offering from Ozeki. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball, swung on and missed. And Yamada is retired for out number 3 here in the second inning. But the Swallows get one back. They had 1 run in the inning. There were 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 1.5. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 2 and the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. After this, from our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have Lira. We have Yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call at the bottom of the second inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Yorizabel Graciel, Tomoya Mazaki, and Nobuhiro Matsuda. The first pitch that was delivered to Graciel was a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And then he swung at the second pitch, and it was a fastball that was chopped into the ground. The pitcher, Suarez, came off the mound to field it, and he throws him out on a ground out, 1-3. So Graciel is erased for the first out of the inning here in the second inning. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Tomoya Masaki. For Masaki on the season, he's batting .154. He's got no homers and no runs batted in. He's hitting from the right side against the lefty Suarez, and the first pitch is a fastball that is drilled foul down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Masaki. As we mentioned at the outset, it is the Mother's Day atmosphere as there's a lot of pink on these players. There's a fastball that swung on. It is lifted foul down the right field line, especially the home team. Nothing so much for the Swallows. The count is now 0-2 here to Mazaki. The Swallows are in their dark blue unis in the top. They've got the white pants. The lime green secondary color on the jersey. There's a fastball swung on. It's popped up. That's going to reach the seats behind home plate. That is going to keep the count at 0-2 strikes. There's some games still going on in Major League Baseball tonight. As we've got this one going on, we've got the multi-screens of that happening in the background. So we've got 0-2 strikes to the hitter Masaki here. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on his line right to the third baseman, Murakami, who is standing right in the right spot. Masaki hit the ball on the screws, but right to the third baseman for out number 2. That is going to bring up Nobuhiro Matsuda. This is kind of the great time of the day where you've got Major League Baseball, the Japanese League, all going on at one time. Afternoon baseball in Japan, evening baseball on the west coast of the North American continent. All dovetails into one another. So here's the first pitch to Matsuda, and that's a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nobuhiro Matsuda. For Matsuda on the season, he's hitting $172. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. As the fastball swung on, this ball is lifted into deep right center field. Moving back on the warning track is the right fielder Yamazaki. He's got room, and he's going to make the catch. Matsuda sent it a long way, but right to the glove of right to the glove of Yamazaki, and Matsuda is retired for out number 3. And that is going to do it here for the Hawks in their half of the second. So they go quietly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. They're now through 2 complete. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 2, the Yakult Swallows 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. The call at the top of the 3rd inning. We're glad you guys can be with us.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Thanks a lot, Steve. Welcome back, everybody. It is Rico Watanabe to lead it off here in the top of the 3rd inning. He took a first pitch fastball for a called strike from Ozeki, and then he takes another fastball for a ball, and the count is 1-1. For Watanabe on the season, he's batting .333. He's got a couple of homers and 6 runs batted in. Ozeki works from the windup and delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and fouled away, and right into the catcher, as it is here for the... I want to check that back again. We've got Murakami at the plate, and it is Ozuna and Hamada here to bat. And he fouls that right off into Watanabe. Watanabe is down and rolling around in pain. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And for those of you who are the gentlemen in the crowd tonight, you'll know exactly where he took that foul ball. We'll say it was in the midsection, or for others, it was in the family jewels. He's going to need a couple of moments to catch his breath and to walk around. He is in a little bit of pain, that is for sure. So he's going to try to continue here. I'm surprised that they didn't take him in for some extra treatment like they did the pitcher Ozeki, but that's a catcher for you. Those guys are as tough as nails. Our friend Living Room says he's watching the Boston-Seattle late in the 9th inning. Got that one on too in the background. And here comes the 1-2 offering from Ozeki. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-2. Seattle Mariners have started to play some better baseball lately. Especially on the West Coast, you get a chance to see those guys regular where we're at. Here comes the 2-2 offering now to Murakami. And that is a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped slowly over to the second baseman, who charges it. And flipping it underhand to first is Makihara over to the first baseman, Matsuda, and that is going to retire Murakami for the first out of the 3rd inning. That's going to go down as a ground out, 4-3 for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Jose Osuna. It was a really nice play by the second baseman. Fantastic play by Murakami. had to take it on the run, exchanged it out of his glove, made a good flip, and that is going to take care of Murakami for out number 1. Here comes the first pitch delivered to Ozuna. It's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1 to Jose Ozuna. Ozuna tonight is 0-for-1. He bounced into a fielder's choice with the bases loaded his first time up. He tapped it back to the pitcher, who retired Yamazaki at the plate. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ozuna. Rocking into the motion is Ozeki. He kicks and he delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Vivid Life says he has a problem betting the over. I just love runs and big bat contests over pitching duels. Well, if they can chase both of these starters a little earlier than most, I would have to say the back end of the bullpens, when you get into the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, can be very difficult for teams to face the back end of the bullpens for both these teams. There's a fastball that swung on and it's lifted into center field for a base hit. And Ozuna takes the 1-2 pitch and deposits it right in front of the center fielder, Mazaki. And he is aboard with a 1-out single here in the 3rd inning, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Taiki Hamada. For Hamada, he is 0-for-1 tonight. He grounded to second base his first time up. And as I say, the back end of both of these two teams' bullpens, very, very solid. But if you can chase the starters early, it's going to stretch them a little bit. You might be able to pile some more runs on the board. There's a first pitch that it is a fastball that misses up and away to Hamada, and the count is 0-1. Hamada's average has dipped to 228 on the season. He's got 4 homers so far, so he has some pop in the stick. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and now the count goes even to 1-1. Vivid Life says, not often it goes that way. But that's the fun part of this. Certainly following up a game last night, which was a 3-1 ball game in favor of the Swallows. Maybe some more runs in the bats here. And here comes the offering from Ozeki, and that pitch is lined over the head of the shortstop. It's into left center field. Ozuna is going to stop at second, but then the ball squirts away from the center fielder. And Ozuna picks up and he runs to third. That is going to be a base hit single, but they've got the runner tied up going from first to second. And they are going to get Hamada out. Oh boy, a nice play there by the defense. Some boneheaded baseball by Hamada. We're going to check that one for you all over again. So it was a great swing. Line drive over the shortstop's head. The ball got into center field. Ozuna comes to stop at center field, but he sees that the center fielder has misplayed the ball. He doesn't field it cleanly. And as he goes to on the exchange, he drops the ball and then he falls down. And so Ozuna then gets up and he heads over to third. They throw the ball back into the infield, and then they've got the runner hung up from first to second. And they're able to erase Hamada. So the good, the bad, and the ugly all in one play. That is going to bring up the catcher, Soma Uchiyama. So Ozuna's at third base. Looks like it's going to go down as a 8-4-3 putout. And there's a ground ball to the shortstop. It is fielded neatly by Nomura. He throws to first, and Uchiyama is gone on a ground out, 6-3. So some weird happenings here for the second out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Swallows in their half of inning number 3. There were no runs. There were 2 hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left on base. We are now moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 2, the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Glad you guys could pop in here with us tonight.
everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. It's today's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising to the bottom of the third inning. It's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order. Rico Watanabe, Yukio Shudo, and Isami Nomura to come up to face Andrew Suarez. Suarez, since allowing that 2-run homer to Nomura, has retired 6 straight honks. And he looks like he is starting to settle down a little bit. So Watanabe steps to the plate. He's hitting .333 on the season. He's got a couple of homers and 6 runs batted in. Left-hander against the left-hander, and Suarez delivers the first pitch is swung on. It's grounded to second. It is fielded neatly by the second baseman Okamura, and he throws to first. Watanabe is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3 for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 away here in the third inning. That is going to bring up Yukio Shudo. For Shudo tonight, he singled to get the ball game going for the Hawks. He came home on the 2-run shot by Nomura. So Shudo is stepping up to the dish, ready to face Andrew Suarez for the second time this evening. And here's the first pitch. He squares the bunt. He pulls back, and that pitch just misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Shudo. Suarez back to work, and again, he squares the bunt. He gets it down the first baseline. It is fielded neatly by Osuna. He flips it over to the second baseman covering. What a great play there by Jose Osuna. He races in to get it, and then he throws off balance to Okamura covering. And that is going to retire the speedy Shudo. It was a good bunt. Right idea. Forced the first baseman off. He fields it, and he throws it as he's fading away. It wasn't necessarily the best of throws, but he had to do it on the run. And then, of course, going against the grain to receive it was the second baseman, Okamura. Nice play all the way around. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Isami Nomura, and he takes a first pitch breaking ball for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. And now there is a fastball delivered, and he belts that one fouled down the third base line. And the count is now quickly 0-2 to Nomura. So we have seen some nice plays tonight. We've also seen some boneheaded base running. We've seen some weird things. Of course, the catcher for the Hawks took one in the proverbial family jewels, and there's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And Nomura is gone on strikes. That is now 9 in a row retired by Suarez after allowing that home run. So there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and no Hawks left on base. We are now through 3 complete innings. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 2, the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the top of the 4th inning after this when we return. Hold tight. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the fourth inning. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Swallows batting order to face the left-hander Tomohisa Ozeki. Ozeki has thrown 72 pitches in the first 3 innings. We estimated that I didn't think I'd see him beyond the 5th, and at this rate, we may not see him beyond the 4th. He's going to get the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Swallows batting order. It'll be Okamura, Nagioka, and Shiomi to face him. And here we go, ready to get this one back underway. And the first pitch is offered. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded on 2 hops over to the second baseman. It is fielded neatly by Makihara. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Okamura. 1 pitch and 1 away. It's a ground out 4-3 for out number 1 here in the 4th. That is going to bring up the shortstop Hideki Nagioka. Nagioka tonight is 0 for 1. He lined out to the third baseman his first time up. He steps in, ready to face lefty Ozeki for the second time. His average has slipped to 239. He takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. He did square and showed a bunt, but it was a bit of a half-hearted effort in which to do that. So no balls and 1 strike, and here's the offering from Ozeki. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Nagioka. We have seen a couple of times from Ozeki a split finger pitch. And there is a breaking ball that is swung on. It is looped softly over the head of the shortstop, but making the play is Nomura as he's running into shallow left field. He had to do an over-the-shoulder catch. Nice grab by Nagioka. That is going to retire. Or check that. That was an over-the-shoulder catch by Nomura. It's going to retire Nagioka, his opposite number, for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the top of the order, Yasutaka Shiomi. And so here comes the first offering from Ozeki. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is quickly 1-0. One way to keep the starting pitcher around in the ball game is to swing at the first couple of pitches that come up and get yourself out. Ozeki, I would have figured they could have chased him, maybe even as early as this inning. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Especially the bottom part of the batting order to work them over a little bit more. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-0. Sometimes there's been teams I've coached where there's the bottom third of the batting order, you're saying, geez, I just hope if you stick your bat on your shoulder and take 3 strikes, you're in better shape than swinging at the first pitch and grounding out. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and Shiomi is aboard with a walk. That's the second time he's been on base tonight. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Kotaro Yamazaki. For Yamazaki, he is 2 for 2 this evening. He's got a couple of singles, he's got an RBI, and he's got a stolen base. So he's driven in the only Swallows run. He also had a line shot in the first inning off of the pitcher's ankle. So he has been all over the offensive stat line tonight. And here's the first pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. The count is quickly 0-1 to Yamazaki. So no balls and 1 strike. Lefty Ozeki gets himself a new baseball. He rubs it up and he's ready to go back to work. Here comes the 0-1 offering. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yamazaki. The Swallows have had their chances. They've left 6 runners on base in the first 3 innings. The Hawks have been able to wiggle their way out of it. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses inside. They go down to third base as Yamazaki, as he was trying to get out of the way, looked like he may have swung, but the third base umpire doesn't agree, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Yamazaki. Zeki checks the runner at first. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is tapped back to the pitcher. Ozeki fields it. He throws to first, and Yamazaki has gone on a ground out 1-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Swallows in their half of the 4th, no runs, No hits, no errors, and one swallow left the board. We're through 3.5. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 2, the Yakult Swallows 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the fourth. Just a couple moments. Here is our friend Steve again.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones. The creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to check out his channel, as he'll keep you all in stitches with his entertaining needs. Don't forget to look at his 15-second short. He was doing some dancing this past week. We're back to the live action as Yuki Yanagita steps in and he takes a first pitch breaking ball for ball one. It's Yanagita, Despania, and Makihara here to face the lefty Suarez. As a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. For Yanagita today, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up against the lefty Suarez. And here comes Suarez back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Yanagita. Yanagita is picked up the pace a little bit lately as he's got his average north of 250. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. It's going to reach that temporary seating. It's just going to be a foul ball. That runs the count now even to 2-2. Yanagita is another one of those players where we talk about guys that could have come over to Major League Baseball. I think Yanagita had some tools to be able to play. I don't know exactly how he would fit in. There's a fastball that is fouled away, and the count is now still at 2-2. I think Yanagita, when I look at him, he runs, in his younger days, he used to run fairly well. He has some juice in the stick. But I don't know if he would be of Seiya Suzuki's caliber. He was over with the Cubs right now. And there's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to short. It is fielded neatly by the shortstop for the Swallows, Nagioka. He throws to first. And that is going to be a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. We've got Alexander Leggett in the house tonight. He is on his way back as he was on a bit of a holiday. Welcome to the chat. So what away, and that's going to bring up Alfredo Despania. Despania today flew out to center field his first time up, and he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I said we've seen some weird things tonight, including the center fielder making that error and falling down, or making the error on the transfer, losing the ball, and then falling down in that last inning. That was absolutely comical. I'm sure the Hawks fans were breathing a sigh of relief when they weren't able to catch it in. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It is grounded over to third, fielded neatly by Murakami. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Despania on a ground out 5-3 for out number 2. That is going to bring up the second baseman, Taisi Makihara. For Makihara, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. Alexander says it was one heck of a trip. He says he got 3 different illnesses. Hopefully none of those included a shot of penicillin. There's a fastball swung on, and it is lined over the head of the shortstop. And Makihara is aboard with a 2-out single here in the 4th inning. And that is going to bring up the left fielder, Yurizabel Graciel. So that is the first base runner allowed by Suarez after retiring 11 in a row. Suarez really settled down after serving up that 2-run homer to Nomura. He kept the Hawks off of the base pass, but that's runner number 1 for the first time since the 1st inning. So Graciel steps to the plate. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded back to the pitcher his first time up. He takes a fastball down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yurizabel Graciel. Graciel's average has slipped to 290 on the season as he digs in, waiting on the offering from Suarez. Suarez kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Graciel. Graciel waggles the bat, and he's waiting on the offering from Suarez, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded up the middle. It's off the glove of the shortstop for the Swallows, Nagioka, and it just trickles into center field. Graciel has got himself a single, and that is going to move Makihara to second. He had to slam on the brakes. Nice play by the shortstop, Nagioka, just to get to the ball. By him diving and keeping it in the infield, that prevented Makihara from going first to third. The ball did trickle away, but a great play by the shortstop to dive to his left to keep that ball from ranging too far into center field. So that is going to bring up the center fielder, Tomoya Mazaki. Mazaki is 0 for 1 tonight. He lost the third baseman his first time up. Suarez checks the runner, and he delivers a breaking ball down in the dirt. The count is 1-0. So all of this action has started with 2 outs. Back-to-back singles by Makihara and Graciel have the Hawks flapping their wings. Mazaki waggles the bat, and he is waiting on the offering from Suarez. Suarez holds at the belt, and now he checks the runner at second. He checks him again and kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that misses, I guess, outside. Count is 2-0. I say I guess outside because that pitch looked pretty good. I don't think that pitch was up. So it must have been off the plate, and our camera angle may not necessarily provide that look. So our friend Alexander says he's looking for a cauldron tonight. There is a breaking ball that's down. They appeal over to the first base umpire. It's going to run the count to 3-0 on Mazaki. So Mazaki will be followed by Nobuhiro Matsuda, who's in the 8-hole tonight, waiting his turn on deck. So here comes the 3-0 pitch. And Suarez delivers. It's a fastball taken right down Main Street for a called strike, and the count goes to 3-1 on Mazaki. One would think that Mazaki's probably going to get a pretty good pitch to hit. He looked up to the stars on that one. Probably when you're hitting 7th in the batting order, that you're probably not given green light 3-0. So here comes the 3-1 offering, especially when you're hitting under $150. There's a fastball that moves up, and that is going to be ball 4. That is going to load the bases. It's going to bring the pitching coach out to talk to the lefty Suarez. All of this happening with 2 out. Makihara with a single, Graciel with a single, and Mazaki with a walk. That's going to bring up Nobuhiro Matsuda. Matsuda, the first time up, he hit a ball all the way to the warning track in right field. It backed up the right fielder, Yamazaki, right to the wall. So Matsuda steps to the plate, the veteran bat for the Hawks. So we got action now going here. Looking at the Swallows bullpen, it looks like they're going to get somebody up and stretched out. Maybe not. Looked like they were going to get something going there in the bullpen, but we'll have to wait and see. So bases are loaded, 2 away. Matsuda steps to the plate. He's got 3 RBIs on the season, does the veteran right-handed stick. The Hawks fan favorite takes the first pitch breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Matsuda's average has dropped to 169 on the season. His better days are in the rear view mirror for sure, but he does provide a veteran stabilizing presence for the Hawks. Important parts of their championships he played. He's been with the Hawks his entire career. And here comes the pitch from Suarez. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2. Matsuda turned 39 years old last month. He's been with the Hawks since 2006 at the NPB level. Drafted in 2005. So here comes the 0-2 offering. They've set him up outside, and that pitch is spiked in the dirt. It squirts away from the catcher. A good block by Uchiyama. That's going to run the count to 1-2 strikes. In his best years, Matsuda had hit over 30 homers for the Hawks. He did that 3 times in the course of his career, the last time coming in 2019. But in a lot of ways, he is the shell of his former self. As we said, his best years are clearly in the rearview mirror. So 1-2 strikes. And here comes the offering from Suarez. It is a breaking ball that misses down. That was a veteran. That was veteran patience at the plate there, as that pitch for a younger hitter might have been swung at. So 2-2 strikes to Matsuda. As we said, in his 16th season with the Hawks. So 2-2 strikes. The bases are full. Makihara's at third, Graciel at second, Mazaki at first, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down into the left field corner. It's going to be trouble, and runs are going to be scored. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. And stopping at third is Mazaki, and that is a 2-run goal for Matsuda. That is going to extend the lead to 4-1 here for the Hawks. The veteran hitter knocks in Makihara and Graciel. Mazaki stops at third, and that is where it stands with runners at second and third, and it'll bring up Riku Watanabe. So our friend Vivid Life, who was looking for the over, and I forget there was a couple other people in here looking for that over. They may have just got that. That ball was left up in the zone, and Matsuda absolutely scorched it right into the corner. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down to Watanabe, and the count is 1-0. So all of this has started. All the trouble began with 2 out. Nikita and Despania had grounded out. It looked like it was going to be an easy inning for Suarez. Now the wheels have fallen off the apple cart, so to speak. So here's the 1-0 offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is now 2-0 to Watanabe. And now there definitely is action in the Swallows bullpen. So the runner at second is Matsuda. The runner at third is Mazaki. It's 2-0 to Watanabe. And there's a fastball ticket for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. This has not been an easy inning by any stretch for Suarez. He's approaching 30 pitches in the inning. So here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on. It is pop foul. And that is going to reach the seats. It's going to run the count now to 2-2 on Riku Watanabe. We do appreciate everybody who's jumped in tonight on the stream. We thank you for being here. It's a bit of a quiet crowd so far tonight. Usually we got a lot of people chirping around in the chat. We do have people that are in here, but we're glad you were here just the same. Here comes the 2-2 offering. There's a breaking ball, drops in for a called third strike. And Watanabe stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 3. And that is going to do it. But damage has been done. There were 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left aboard. It was the 2-run RBI double by Nobuhiro Matsuda that has extended the Hawks' lead to 4-1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys are with us. We'll be right back with the call of the top of the 5th inning. 4-1 for the Hawks.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you for being here. It is going to be the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 batting order hitters in the batting order coming up for the Yakult Swallows. That means it's going to be Tetsuda Yamada, Onitaka Murakami, and Jose Ozuna. So 3, 4, and 5. It is a 4-1 lead now for the Hawks. It is a battle of the 2 top teams, and right now it is a game of coulda, woulda, shoulda for the Swallows. They have stranded 7 runners in the first 4 innings. They left the bases loaded in the first, 2 on in the second, and 1 each in the third and the fourth. They have squandered some of their opportunities to take care of the starter Ozeki, who has not been sharp. But now he has finally settled in, and he's maybe able to give them at least 5 innings. And there's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is lined into left field. That is going to be a base hit for Yamada. He's aboard with a leadoff single. And our friend Alex says, if you didn't see my comment, the Brady house finally came. Yeah, I think we responded on the comment section to you. That's awesome. Glad you were able to get that house in the house. For those of you who don't know, Alexander Leggett picked up a Bowman, I think it was a Bowman Chrome insert card. We flipped it around on our eBay page. He is a Washington National fan, but we don't hold that against him. You're in a lot of pain this year with those Nats. So here comes Murakami to the plate. He is 0 for 1. And the first pitch he swings at, he hits this ball to deep left field. Moving back on the warning track is Graciel, and he watches it sail into the seats. It is going to be a 2-run homer, and just like that, the Yakult Swallows have cut the lead to 4-3 on an opposite field home run by Murakami, his 18th of the season. As soon as the ball left the bat, it was a no-doubter. And up come the umbrellas, and it's the umbrella dance going on for the Swallows in the stands because it is raining home runs in Fukuoka. And so we got ourselves a barn burner here tonight. A 2-run homer by Murakami has now cut the lead to 1. It is 4-3 for the Hawks. And so for those who are taking the over tonight, you guys are in the right spot for sure. And that's going to bring up Jose Ozuna to the plate. Alex says this game was looking like a blowout. And by the way, this is going to be a sprint now. Lots of fireworks in Fukuoka. Our friend Vivid Life was calling for it. He thought this was going to be a high-scoring game. Well, he's right on the money. I still think the Hawks are going to prevail in this one. There's a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 1-0 to Jose Ozuna. Ozuna tonight is 1 for 2. He singled and bounced into a fielder's choice. Our friend Nash says that was the easy 4.5 runs for the first 5. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1 to Ozuna. Yeah, you guys hardly had to even break a sweat on that one. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Ozuna. There's a changeup that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. And for good measure, maybe Ozuna sticks one in the seats as well. Here's the 2-1 offering from Ozeki. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 2-2. Well, neither of these teams have left the bats in the freezer for this one. They are on fire now. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Ozeki rocks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul. And that is going to keep the count at 2-2. Friend Alexander Leggett says the Nats are in pain. They aren't even feeling the pain. They're totally sedated. Like their last series against the Mets. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. Back on the warning track is Graciel. He leaps and he makes the catch up against the wall. Ozuna sent it a long way, but not long enough. Nice play by Graciel to make a leaping catch up against the wall. We almost called the shot for Ozuna as he is retired for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. And that is going to bring up Taiki Hamada. Oh boy, lots of action in this one. A great play by the left fielder, Graciel. So 1 gone here in the 5th, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Taiki Hamada. And the first pitch to Hamada is a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1. Hamada is 1 for 2 tonight. He grounded out the first time up. He singled and then was thrown out in the old-fashioned 8-4-3 putout. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 0-2. Our friend, St. Louis Cardinals fan 1990, says the St. Louis Cardinals are leading the Central Division in Major League Baseball. Yep, they're flapping their wings. They've been getting some good pitching and good defense, but they've been swinging the bats. Here comes the 0-2 offering. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count remains 0-2. It is the Adam Wainwright, Pujols, and Yadi Molina reunion tour. I would say that, without a doubt, Pujols and Molina are going into the Hall of Fame. They'll retire and they'll probably be elected together. My only question will be is, does Adam Wainwright get in? There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-2. I haven't looked at Wainwright's numbers enough to see if he is a Hall of Fame worthy. He's had some great years. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ozeki rocks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away straight back. And the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hamada. So Hamada digs in, waiting on the offering from Ozeki. This is going to be pitch number 99 of the ball game for Ozeki. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on, and it's going to be lifted into the seats. And the count remains at 1-2. I'd be shocked if Ozeki, as I said originally, I didn't think he was going to get past the 5th inning. And then they had that really, what I would call fairly quick 4th inning for Ozeki. I'm like, well, maybe he is able to get through the next one. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ozeki threw 58 pitches in those first 2 innings. Really took the steam out. We have to give him credit. He has battled tonight. And also to the Swallows not being able to cash in on those early opportunities. There's a pitch. It is a fastball swung on, and this ball is lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and Hamada is aboard with a 1-out single. Now it's going to bring up the catcher, Suma Uchiyama. And it also has the manager on the phone to the bullpen as these Hawks are scampering around to get people ready to come in. So Hamada, the runner at first, and Uchiyama, the hitter. Uchiyama is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded to short his last time up. He walked in and scored the first run of the ball game for the Swallows back in the second inning. So Ozeki checks the runner. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Uchiyama. So lots of fireworks in this one here. If you want offense and you like offensive baseball, it's exactly what we have on our hands in Fukuoka tonight. So 1 ball and no strikes. Ozeki checks the runner, and now he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded to short. Over to second for 1. Back to first. It is a Hawks double play. That's going to go as a 6-4-3 variety, a twin killing it is. That is going to do it here for the Swallows in their half of the 5th inning, but damage has been done. In the inning, there were 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4, the Tokyo Yakult Swallows 3. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. We're glad you guys are with us. Luke Shum is in the house. He says, trying to cash me out for $200 less than the win at 0.75. Not going to happen. We'll be right back, everybody. We're glad you are with us here tonight. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt. We'll be back with the bottom of the 5th inning in just a moment. 4-3 for the Hawks over the Swallows. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with the call. Welcome back, everybody. We're back to the live action as Yukio Shudo takes the first pitch for a called strike, and then he takes another pitch for a ball. It's 1-1 here from Andrew Suarez. Suarez goes back to work, and he delivers a breaking ball down and away, and the count is 2-1. It's the top of the order, Shudo, Namura, and Yanagita here in the bottom of the 5th inning, coming to bat for the Hawks. As Suarez rocks into the motion and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and missed. And the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yukio Shudo. Shudo is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled and scored a run in the first inning when he was driven home by the 2-run homer by Nomura. And he had grounded out on his second at bat, and there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into shallow left field. Coming in on it is the left fielder, Hamada. He makes the grab, and that is going to retire Shudo for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Isami Nomura. For Nomura on the evening, he has that 2-run homer back in the first. He's also struck out tonight. So 1 for 2 and a couple RBIs in his 2 plate appearances. He's raised his season average up to 246, and he swings at a first pitch fastball, and he rips it foul down the left field line. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Suarez ready to go back to work. He rocks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend St. Louis Cardinal fan says a thank you to the Nationals for their win last night as they beat the Brewers. There is a fastball that's swung on. This is popped up into shallow right field. It is the right fielder that is moving in on it, and that is going to be hauled in by Yamazaki. It was almost into the Bermuda Triangle as the first baseman, the second baseman, and the right fielder were all converging. Yamazaki makes the grab, and that is going to be out number 2 here in the 5th inning. So 2 up and 2 away. That is going to leave it up to Yuki Yanagita. For Yanagita tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses up, and the count is 1-0. Ethan Lee is in the house. He says, how do you watch this game from the United States? Well, you are in luck. Our friend Alexander Leggett is in here. And he may be able to give you some advice on which to do it. And so, Alexander Leggett, if you want to take that away, Ethan Lee, you can help you out there. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count now goes to 3 balls and no strikes to Yanagita. Our friend Luke Shum says he loves the commercial. He says, but the Padres devastated his Rockies. I'm hoping to get down to Colorado here in the next 3 weeks or so, possibly. There's a fastball that's taken for a call strike. The count is 3-1. Maybe an opportunity to get down to Denver to see the Rocks play, I believe, the Diamondbacks in early July. There's the 3-1 offering, and there's a fastball swung on and lifted foul over on the third base side. And the count now runs full to Yanagita. So, Ethan, if you're listening here, we'll see if we can help you out a little bit. We don't post any links in the chat, but we will give you some advice on how to look for it. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count now is still at 3-2 to Yuki Yanagita. I believe it's the old Reddit. You can go and look there, or at QQQ. We'll be able to get you into that direction. But as I said, Alexander may be able to help you out if he's still in the chat room. Here's the 3-2 offering. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains again at 3-2. Easton says he thanks he found it. Sometimes people, what they'll do is they take the Japanese feed and sync it up to ours. They watch the game and listen to our feed. So you're welcome to do that as well. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And again, the count remains at 3-2. Luke Shum says, great place to watch baseball. The stadium is very similar to that of Seattle. From what I understand, it was built around the same time. And there's a fastball swung on, and this ball is going to be off of the fist, but it's going to get over the head of the shortstop. And that's going to bleed down for a base hit as Yuki Yanagita is aboard. That was turning into quite the battle. That was the 9th pitch of the at-bat, and he wins it with a single to left field. That is going to bring up the designated hitter, Alfredo Despania. So Luke says a heck of a place to watch a game with the mountains in the background. And that is going to bring the manager out of the dugout. Is that going to be it for Suarez? And it looks like it is. Andrew Suarez's day is done as they are going to the bullpen. And we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. So stick around, everybody. We're going to be back in a moment. Alfredo Despania is going to be getting somebody new. We'll get that for you in just a couple moments. But hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute as we have a pitching change. Suarez's day is done after 4 2/3. Only 73 pitches. I guess they really haven't stretched him out yet. Here's one of our Japanese Hall of Fame memories. Check it out. Welcome back, everybody. They do have a pitching change, and we'll get you all the specs here in just a couple moments. It is going to be Umeno who is taking over for the Swallows. So they're going to the bullpens early. In this one, Suarez's day is done. So for Umeno on the season, the right-hander is entering into the fray. It's his 16th appearance. He's 2-1 on the season. He has pitched, he's in 14 innings. He's allowed 12 hits, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's given up 1 run, and it has been earned. He's got an ERA of 0.64. So he is on here to finish off the 5th inning for Suarez. And he is going to be facing Alfredo Despaigne. So it'll be a right-hander versus the right-hander. Umeno into the ball game to do his work. So Despaigne steps in. He is 0 for 2 tonight. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Despaigne has flied to center, and he is grounded to third. He entered the ball game hitting .440 with a couple of homers and 3 RBIs. Let's put a dent into that. He's now 11 for 27 on the season. Umeno kicks and delivers. It's another breaking ball that catches the corner, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And he has come out throwing the breaking balls. And he's been throwing them for strikes. Everything on that Fukuoka uniform is pink, with the exception of the little yellow stripes on the side of the helmet. For Despaigne, as we were talking earlier, it is a pink night. It's Mother's Day in Japan. There's a ball delivered to Despaigne that misses down. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Alexander says he's with the Hawks. The Swallows had it good last season. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Umeno holds at the belt, and he delivers the breaking ball down and away that swung on and missed. And Despaigne is gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. And there's no doubt you can see why Umeno is tough. And it looks like we're going to have another pitching change, but this time it is going to be the Hawks are going to be going to their bullpen. We'll get you that when we come back in a minute. There was no runs in the inning on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left the board. We're now through 5 complete. We're going to our Japanese halftime where they take a little bit extra stuff. We'll come back and give you the out-of-town scoreboard from the NPB. When we return, we're glad you guys are with us. Here's another one of our Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. There are 5 of the 6 games that are going on currently. There's going to be 1 later start today. The Saitama Cebu Lions have a 2-1 lead over the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. That game is in the top of the 5th inning. So far, the damage has been done by the Lions. It was a solo shot by Brian O'Grady. He hit his 6th of the year off of Masato Morishita. Morishita has been pitching well for the Carp. Got 6 strikeouts through 4 innings. Matsumoto has already been chased from the Lions, as he went through 79 pitches in 4 innings. The Lions are into their bullpen right now, so it's going to be a bullpen the rest of the way. The Hokkaido non-ham fighters scored 3 in the first inning. They have a 3-0 lead over the Chinichi Dragons. 3-8-0 so far for the fighters. It is 0-4-0 for the Dragons. Bay Stars and the Marines are locked up at ones. 1-3-1 for the Bay Stars, 1-3-0 for the Marines. Another game that's out of town, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles stuck 3 on the board in the bottom of the second inning. They have a 3-1 lead over the Yamuri Giants. It is 3-4-0 for the Golden Eagles, 1-5-0 for Yamuri. Sakamoto has driven in the only run for the Giants tonight. It was a 3-run shot by Kawashima. That has been the separator in that one. So 3-1 for the Golden Eagles. Late start, Japanese time. I believe it's going to be a 6 o'clock start. 5 a.m. on the East Coast, 2 a.m. Pacific. That's the battle for Osaka. The Hanshin Tigers and the Oryx Buffaloes will go at it a little later on in that one. And that is your games in the out-of-town scoreboard. So stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a couple of minutes as we'll continue this one on. We're glad you guys could pop in and listen to our stream tonight. We're happy you're here. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. They are going to the bullpen are the Hawks. It is Yuki Sori coming in. This is going to be his 24th appearance of the year. He is 4-2 on the season. He has pitched in 20 innings. He's given up 15 hits. He's walked 9. He has struck out 23. He's allowed 5 runs, 4 of which have been earned, and he's got an ERA of 1.80. Also into the game is Tomoya Mori, the catcher. And he looks like he'll probably bat in the spot where Watanabe was, but we'll get you that when he comes to bat. So here we go. We're ready to get this one going. And the first pitch from the right-hander Samori is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It is Okamura, Nagaoka, and the top of the order is Shiomi here to get things going against the right-hander in the top of the 6th inning. Comes the 0-1 offering from Samori. That's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So it'll now turn into the battle of the bullpens. And if I have to say so, I think the needle is in the favor of the Hawks. I'm still going to stay with Fukuoka on this one. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. And he kicks and delivers it as a fastball that misses down. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Okamura tonight is 0-2. He has grounded back to the pitcher, and he has also grounded to second. So here comes the 2-1 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is popped up. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate. And the count is now going to go to 2-2. The pitcher Samori actually really drops down and throws off of the side. He's got one of those deliveries where he hangs at the top and he kind of does the little extra pump with nobody on base. Messes with the timing of the hitter. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And now he kicks, pauses, and he delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And Okamura is gone on strikes for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the shortstop Hideki Nagaoka. For Nagaoka, it is 0-2 on the evening. He is lined to third, and he has popped to short. Our friend Alexander says, who's pitching for the Hawks again? It's Yuki Samori, a right-hander. And here comes the offering to Nagioka. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. The catcher, Mori, sure didn't like that one. So 1 ball and no strikes. And Samori ready to deliver. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right center field. Racing over is the center fielder, and he's going to let it drop in front as Mazaki. And that is going to be a 1-out single for Nagioka here in the 6th inning. He's aboard with a base hit, and that is going to bring up the center fielder, Yasutaka Shiomi. Our friend Nash asked the question. He says, who do you think wins the Bay Stars match? The odds are pretty good for the Bay Stars. I feel like it should be an even, odd match. I have to go back and take a look at the starting pitchers on that one. It was Kiyoma against Roki Sasaki. My needle would have to point to the ace Sasaki on that one. Sasaki 5-1 on the year, the ace of the Chiba staff. There was a first pitch fastball delivered to Shiomi, which was taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Shiomi. Shiomi would be a tough guy to double up. He runs pretty well. The runner at first, Nagioka, does not have a stolen base this year yet. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's a base hit. Coming up and fielding it is the right fielder, Yanagita, and holding at second is going to be Nagioka, and the Swallows have got something going again here in the 6th inning. A single by Shiomi, back-to-back singles after Nagioka has done it. Now there's runners at first and second with 1 out, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Kataro Yamazaki. Yamazaki on the evening is 2 for 3. That is the 10th hit pounded out by the Swallows tonight. That is for sure. The Swallows can swing the bats. So tonight, Yamazaki is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. He's knocked a run in. He's stole a base. But he was thrown out at the plate in the 1st inning when Jose Osuna bounced into a fielder's choice. He's yanked his season average up to 261. He chokes up off the end of the bat. He chokes up about 3 or 4 inches off the end of the stick. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field down. Fielding it is Yanagita. Stopping at third is the base runner, Nagioka. I think that one there, the runners had the freeze as it was a line drive. Matsuda almost made the catch. The ball got past his outstretched arm. We're going to watch that again on the replay. The ball was absolutely scorched. And it just got past the glove of Matsuda. All the runners had the freeze. That is going to load the bases. Samori has not fooled any of the Swallows hitters yet. The bases are full of Swallows with 1 away, and that is going to bring up the dangerous Tetsudo Yamada. For Yamada on the evening, he is 1 for 2. He has singled and scored a run. He has struck out and walked in his 3 plate appearances. So Yamada waiting on the offering from Samori. And he kicks, he pauses, and he delivers. There's a fastball that's down in the dirt. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Is definitely a entertaining ball game here in Fukuoka. Samori holds at the belt. And he's ready to go back to work. He pauses and he delivers, and it is a fastball swung on. This ball is crushed, but it is foul. It's going to reach well up into the seats. Yamada turned that one around. He hit it well foul. Samari was fooling nobody on that pitch. That ball was absolutely turned around. The count is now 1-1. For everybody there in section 26, he's just given the Swallows supporters a souvenir. So Swallows fans have got their bang sticks going. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Samori holds at the belt. Now he pauses, he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside. And the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Yamada. So the catcher, Mori, gives the signs to his pitcher, Samori. And here comes the 2-1 offering to Yamada. This is going to be a good pitch to hit, I'm sure. Here comes the 2-1. No, it's not. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-1 on Yamada. Well, there's nowhere to put the right-handed stick for the Swallows. The bases are full. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. The runner at third is Nagioka. The runner at second is Shiomi. The runner at first is Yamazaki. And Yamada's got a chance to do some damage. He's looking to add to his RBI total of 31 on the year. Samori holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. That's going to run the count now to 3-2 on Yamada. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. This game here has been a bit of a seesaw affair. If you like offense and you like baseball where there's lots of runs and lots of action, you've come to the right place. We've had all of it here tonight. The Swallows have left 7 runners on base through the first 5 innings. They've got them loaded up right now. So here comes the 3-2 offering to Yamada. Samari kicks, and he delivers, and it's a fastball swung on and missed. And Tetsuya Yamada is gone for out number 2 here in the 6th inning. He swung right through a fastball right down the middle, and that is going to do it. The manager on the way out for the Hawks, he's going to make a pitching change. They've got the dangerous Munetaka Murakami coming up, who's already homered tonight with number 18. And so now we're going to have a pitching change. And so stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a moment. After this, our friend Vivid Life says, I guess chewing my nails is fun too. Jimbo says the Swallows get nothing here. So far, nothing yet. Bases are loaded 2 away, and the big slugger is coming to the plate, but we're going to have a pitching change. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in about 30 seconds with the call for you guys here. Hold tight. Glad you're with us. Here's our friend Steve.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Hang tight, everybody, as we got a pitching change here. It is 4-3 for the Hawks. The Swallows have the bases loaded, and we've got a heck of a ball game on our hands here. Hang tight. We'll be right back in just a moment. 30 seconds when we get that change for you. back, everybody. It is going to be Shinya Kayama coming into the ball game. The left-hander is making his 23rd appearance of the season. He's got no wins and no losses. He has worked 11 and a third innings. He's allowed 6 hits. He's walked 4. He has struck out 10. He's only allowed 1 run, out of which was earned. He's got a 0.79 ERA, and he has come in to face a daunting task. He's going to be facing Munetaka Murakami. Murakami tonight hit his 18th home run his last time up. It was a 2-run shot to left center field. Murakami is 1 for 2 on the evening. He's got a homer with those 2 RBIs. He's also walked. And so the bases are full of Swallows. And this is where the action is going to happen right now. This is a major turning point in the ball game. So the Swallow fans are in unison, chanting together, cheering on their star third baseman. He's raised his season average to 294, 18 homers, and 49 RBIs now on the year. He bats from the left side against the left-hander Kayama. So Kayama holds at the belt, gets the sign from Mori. He kicks and delivers, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses low, according to the umpire, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. And certainly Kayama was not impressed with that pitch. So 1 ball and no strikes. Mori gives him the sign as he's ready to go back to work. Not sure what you got to do to be better than that. But when they have the respect of the big power hitter, here comes the 1-0 offering. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is crushed, but this ball is foul. It is well down the right field line. Murakami was out in front of it, and that ball was absolutely missiled. But he was out in front of it a little bit, and he hooked that foul down the right field line. The count now is even at 1-1. Our friend Jimbo figures the Swallows will get nothing here. Well, he might be onto something. So 1 ball and 1 strike. But they do have a big RBI man here at the plate. This is an important part of the ball game. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Kayama delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. There's nowhere to put Murakami, so he's going to have to battle this. One would have to think he's going to have to put the ball in play. Our friend Alexander Leggett says this is going to be fun. Absolutely. The question is he going to hit it to somebody? I got to think he's going to have to take something off it here. He's had him out in front big time. Can he slow something off and get him way out in front? It doesn't look like he's got anything to overpower him with. Here's the 2-1. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 2-2. Get that replay of that one. Yeah, that pitch probably caught the corner. I think the first pitch that was thrown by Kayama was much better than that. We get the replay, and it definitely caught the corner. Nice call by the home plate umpire. Sometimes get on the Japanese umpires for their inconsistency, but that pitch did catch the outside corner for sure. So now we've got 2 balls and 2 strikes to Murakami. He's now waiting on the offering from the lefty Kayama, who kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is belted foul into the stands over on the third base side, and the count remains at 2-2. Even his foul balls off the bat of Murakami are missiles. These things go flying into the seats. Don't get a chance to see this fella enough. I will say, when I did see him earlier in the year, his footwork around third base was a little bit to be desired, but he's made a couple of nice plays tonight. If that was the Achilles heel on this young left-handed stick, that would be my Achilles heel, is how he was playing third base early in the year. And so here comes the 2-2 offering. That's a fastball that misses upstairs. And now that's going to run the count to 3-2. So with 3-2 and 2 outs, the runners are going to be on the move. A base hit here could potentially clear the bases. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Murakami. The runner at third is Nagioka. The runner at second is Shiomi. The runner at first is Yamazaki. The left-handed pitcher, Kayama, is in a jam. Here comes the payoff pitch. He gets the sign from Mori. He holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. And it is the fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. And this ball is gone. It's absolutely missiled into the seats. It has cleared the bases. It is a grand slam home run for Munetaka Murakami, his second home run of the ball game. He's got 6 RBIs on the evening, and the Swallows are now in the lead 7-4. Unbelievable. Well, you can thank Samori for coming in to load the bases, and Murakami you can thank for clearing them. A grand slam home run. He's got 6 of the 7 RBIs in this one. And Murakami is absolutely missiled. That thing got out in a hurry. And our friend Jimbo says he was wrong. Well, if you took the over in this one, you probably are laughing all the way to the bank now. And Vivid Life says he's cleared all his overs. So the fireworks are continuing. And Luke Shum says, yep, that'll wrap up his over bet. Murakami has absolutely done that. And there's the first pitch delivered to Jose Ozuna that misses down for ball 1. The count is 1-0. That's home run number 19 on the campaign. So who would I compare him to? A young Rafael Devers, as he's a little bit younger than Devers. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike with more power. I don't know what his defensive upside is going to be like. You can always move him over to the one bag with that type of juice. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Jose Ozuna. So Kayama ready to go back to work again. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to second. That's 1 batter too late. That is fielded by the second baseman, Makihara. He throws to first. That's going to be a ground out 4-3 for out number 3. But there was damage and lots of it here in the 6th inning. A grand slam home run by Munetaka Murakami has put the Yakult Swallows ahead 7-4. There were 4 runs in the inning on 4 hits. There was no errors and nobody left on base. We are through 5.5. It is the Yakult Swallows 7, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a couple minutes. We're glad you're here with this one. What a great night for baseball.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Our friend Brandon F. has jumped in the stream. He says, does anybody know where I can watch the NPB? Well, if you scroll up in the chat, you'll be able to see that our friend Fluby Badoop, who is Alex Vetter, had given some information earlier on. QQQ is a site you can go to, or you can go to the old Reddit page and you'll be able to pull something up there. Some of the folks like to listen to the English feed that we give while they're watching the game over there. We don't post the links, but you're welcome to search it out. If you need more advice or help, be sure to ask. We'll help you able to do that. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We do appreciate you all for being here. We do like to call the NPB. We may not be on tomorrow night. We have some other engagements, but we do get some Major League Baseball games in as well. So hopefully you guys can join us for those from time to time. So we appreciate you guys as well for being here. And I too still like the Hawks to rally as we are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it is going to be Makihara, Graciel, and Mazaki. They face the pitcher Umeno, who is still on for his 2nd inning of relief. There's a first pitch fastball that is swung on and lifted foul, and the count is 0-1 to Makihara. Makihara tonight is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run, and he has struck out in his 2 plate appearances. And here comes the offering from Umeno, who kicks and delivers, and that ball is spiked into the ground. That was about I would say probably about a 48-foot split finger pitch. And the count now runs to 1-1. He was about 12 feet short of the plate easily. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It is 7-4 now for the Swallows in this seesaw affair. You knew it had to be crazy when the umpires were wearing pink tonight. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Of course, Mother's Day is the day that they've got everything going on over in Japan, their Mother's Day. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Luke Shum says he still likes that Hawks to rally. I agree, as I say, with you as well. I had the Hawks in this one. So here comes the 1-2 offering. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit on a hop over to second. It is fielded on the backhand by Okamura. As he slides to his knees, he throws to first. And Makihara is going to be erased on a ground out 4-3 for out number 1. That is going to bring up Yurizabel Graciel. So 1 hawk up and 1 hawk away. And Graciel steps to the plate. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled and scored a run in the 4th inning. He's also grounded back to the pitcher. And here comes the offering from Umeno, and it is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. And had Graciel dancing off of the dish. Graciel slowly continues to raise his batting average. It's now up to .293 on the season. And here comes the offering from Umeno, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count now runs even at 1-1. Fred Nash is laughing. He says that 9 hit, and they were only in the 6th inning. So Luke Shum's now looking at 225 on over at 13.5. You only need 3 runs to get there, and the way this is going, you may get there. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Yeah, lots of hits in this ball game tonight for sure. When we take a look at the hit parade here, 12 hits for the Swallows, only through 6 innings, 6 for the Hawks, and I still think there's more left in the Hawks bats. So here's the 1-2 offering. It is a split pitch that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Graciel. Waiting his turn on deck is the center fielder, Tomoya Mazaki. So Graciel hasn't really shown the power this year that he's had in other years. He's only got a couple of bombs to his name. Here's the 2-2. It is a split finger pitch that is waved at and missed. Graciel is retired on strikes for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Tomoya Mazaki, with 2 away. So Mazaki tonight is officially 0 for 1. He lined to the third baseman his first time up. And he walked his last time, but stranded at third. And here's the first offering from Umeno, and it's a line drive right back up the middle. Almost hit the pitcher. We've seen this tonight where both of these teams have started their rallies with 2 out. And Mazaki is aboard, and that's going to bring up Nobuhiro Matsuda, who looked like at one time he was going to be the hero of this ball game as he put the Hawks up 4-1 with a 2-run double back in the 4th inning. So Matsuda tonight, keep your eye on him. He's had 2 good swings. He hit a ball right to the warning track in right field his first time up. And then he had that 2-run, 2 RBI double his last time. Our friend Luke is suggesting that there's going to be fireworks for the Hawks. Yeah, he says he had it at 7.5 and should have laid the farm on how these teams are on fire. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Battle of the 2 first-place teams here tonight. The Swallows and the Hawks. Maybe this is going to be a preview of something to come in October. How cool would that be to see the Japan series between these 2 teams, the way they're playing now? Maybe this is the preview. So no balls and 1 strike to Matsuda, and there's a fastball that misses outside. And the count goes to 1-1. The veteran Matsuda is living his youth. As we said, he's in the twilight of his career. He's going to have a birthday coming up in a week's time. So here comes the 1-1 offering. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field, moving back onto the right track, and this ball is off the wall. It is fielded by the right fielder, Yamazaki, who fires it back in. Going first to third is the runner, Mazaki, and the fireworks are continuing in Fukuoka as Matsuda just absolutely scorched that one. It was maybe only about 3 or 4 feet from going over the fence. He's got himself a single. It moves Mazaki all the way over to third. And that is now going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori, but as he has come in the game to replace Watanabe. So this game's got all kinds of action in it. And you could see Matsuda, as soon as he hit it, it looked like he thought that was going to leave the yard. The Swallows come out and had a conference on the hill with their pitcher, Umeno, who's been sparkling this year. So 2-away with Masaki at third and Masuda at first. Why do I feel that we're going to get a wild pitch here that's going to score a run? I can just see that happening. So Mori steps up to the plate. He's batting .203 on the season. He's got no homers and 10 RBIs. Wouldn't this be a nice time for a home run at this spot with 2 runners aboard? So Mori digs in. He's hitting from the right side against the right-hander Umeno. If you are in attendance at this game, you've got more than your money's worth in Fukuoka. And there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Luke Shum says, should have taken an extra dose of PEDs, or maybe he should have done an extra couple of barbell curls in the gym. A few more extra curls might have got him over the fence. So 1 ball and no strikes to Mori. We'll keep an eye on some base running shenanigans. Maybe they're going to put something on with first and third to claw a run back, but I have a feeling they're going to let Mori hit. And the pitch is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count is 1-1. So all sorts of action tonight in Fukuoka. Nash says he did a little hedge and took the Swallows at plus 335. Probably a wise decision. But for some reason, I still have the Hawks. I wonder if Maury's got enough in him to put one into the stands here and tie this up at 7. How cool would that be? Every time we watch the Hawks play, this guy has a solid game. I was a little disappointed not to see him in the starting lineup tonight. As he throw over to first base and diving back in time is the base runner, Masuda. Every time we do games with the Hawks, Maury seems to step up large. There's always that 1 or 2 players that we, whatever it is, we should be on Maury's payroll. Actually, sorry, this is Takuya Kai. I keep calling him Maury for some reason. I apologize for that, everybody. I'm doing that off the top of my head. So Takuya Kai, and there's a fastball that swung on and fouled away. I guess maybe we should have had a couple of beers tonight before we did the game. We would have been more focused. Haven't had anything to drink. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Takuya Kai. Mori, of course, is the catcher for the for the Saitama Cebu Lions or for the Chibalote Marines? I think it's Sato for the Lions and Mori is for the Marines. Mixing my catchers up. I like Japanese catchers to get you going. So here comes the 1-2 offering to Kai. And the fastball is taken down, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We do appreciate everybody who has been here tonight to listen. It is getting a little bit late on the West Coast as we're now into the morning hours. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, runners at the corners. Masuda is the runner at third, and Mazaki at third and Masuda at first. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that's outside. They appeal down to first, and up goes the right hand, and down goes Takuya Kai on strikes for out number 3. That is going to retire him for the 3rd out of the inning. The Hawks strand a couple of runners on base. There was no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left aboard. We're now through 6 complete. It is the Yakult Swallows 7, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Hang tight. Here is our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and we appreciate everybody for dropping in here tonight. Whether you're listening live or on delay, we've got ourselves a cracker here in Fukuoka. They do have a pitching change coming up as the Hawks are going to the bullpen for the 3rd time tonight. It is going to be a right-hander. We'll get you the specs on him in just a moment. And we've got number 34 in the ball game. So who are they turning the ball over to? We will get you that here. Big fella here. This is Ray Takahashi. Ray Takahashi, this is going to be his 3rd appearance of the season. Takahashi has worked an inning in the 3rd. He's allowed 1 hit, 2 walks. He has struck out 2, and he has allowed a couple of runs. His ERA is a bloated 13.5. Thought Takahashi pitched a little bit last year. He got some strikes. Or check that. Is that Takahashi or is that going to be... Sorry, it's not Ray Takahashi. It's Shinjo. Sorry, we got Shinjo. I was going to say, it looked like Takahashi is... It's Arata Shino on the hill. So he's pitched in 4 ball games this year. He's got an ERA of 0. So Shino on the hill, a right-hander. Not seen this guy before. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and away. So who is coming up to bat here for the Swallows? They've got Hamada, Uchiyama, and Okamura. And that first pitch to Hamada is a ball. So ball 1 to Hamada. And there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-0. So Hamada is a 2 for 3 tonight. He's got a couple of singles and a ground out. So getting the information on this fella, he was raced in a double play his last time up. So Shino on the hill, big right-hander. And he's come in and not throwing strikes. That is going to tick off the brass for the Hawks. There's a fastball swung on it, is grounded over to short. It is fielded neatly by the shortstop Namari. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Hamada on a ground out 6-3. He rolls it over. Not a very good swing when you're up 2-0. That ball caught him on the fist. So Hamada gone for out number 1. That's going to bring up the catcher, Suma Uchiyama. So Arata Shino on the hill. Fluby says, we're not good with the names tonight. Yeah, it's been one of those nights. So here comes the offering. It is a fastball delivered down for Uchiyama, and the count is 1-0. It's got to be that time of the month that the full moon is going to be around, and that's probably what's affecting us, I would think. Our friend Nash says, how long does Roki still have to play in the NPB till he's eligible to come to the MLB? It's a great question. I wonder if they'll post him early. I would like to think that he might have a couple of seasons before they decide to post. Maybe they'll do the Shohei Ohtani deal with him, as that fastball misses and the count is now 2-0. Alexander says, how about a couple of beers? How about a cappuccino? More of a latte guy at times. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. But at this point, maybe that's what we need, is the cappuccino and the latte all going together. Or maybe even an espresso. We're here in the top of the 7th inning. And Shino is ready to deliver again. There's a breaking ball that swung on its tap foul. It's going to reach the third base coach's box, and the count goes even now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Uchiyama is 0 for 2. As we said tonight, he's walked and scored a run. He got the first run for the Swallows. And here comes the 2-2 offering, and there's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is now 3-2. Kind of makes you wonder if, with Shino on the mound here, if you park your bat on your shoulder, can he throw 3 strikes to a hitter? Some of the pitches that he had, he got fortunate on the first out by Hamada. A poor swing at 2-0, and now it's 3-2 to Uchiyama. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third. It is fielded neatly by the third baseman, Shudo. He throws to first. It's going to retire Uchiyama to ground out 5-3 for out number 2. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, not so good with the names tonight. Yeah, the other thing is tonight, too, we've had to go to the bullpen. I do have reading glasses. I usually don't wear them. I don't have to wear them so much. Sometimes when it gets into the later parts of the evening, the eyes get tired. I'm at a point where tonight I was looking at the lineup card and I'm saying, man, my handwriting's really neat, but I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm writing. And so we put the glasses on and everything was looking crystal clear. But it hasn't helped us with the reading of the names. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike to Okamura for 0-1. Okamura is 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out twice and struck out. And the right-hander Shino delivers. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed. Now the count is 0-2. Nash says they could post him early, but his salary would be limited to a rookie, right? That I'm not 100% sure. You may have something there, but I don't really know how that would work in Major League Baseball with the NPB on how that goes. There's a fastball that misses down and away to Okamura, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. But certainly Roki Sasaki would be a very interesting arm to come to Major League Baseball. There would probably be as much excitement for him. There was a fastball swung on it. It's grounded to third. A great play by Shudo, who slides to his knees to make the play. He throws to first. And Okamura is gone on a ground out 5-3. A beautiful play by the third baseman by the Hawks. And that is going to do it here in the seventh inning for the Swallows. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. They are retired in order. We're moving to the bottom of the seventh. It is the Yakult Swallows 7, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with that call at the bottom of the seventh inning for you. We're glad you guys could make it in here with us tonight. Here is our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna...
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the seventh inning, and it's going to be the top of the order coming up for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. That means Yukio Shudo, Isami Nomura, and Yuki Yanagita are going to be getting things going. We're going to just check to see if they are going to the bullpen, being the Swallows. We haven't got any confirmation yet, but I have a feeling that Umeno, his day could be over. We haven't seen the official announcements. They are looking at some stuff that's going on here. I'm curious to see what they have on the bench. All the fireworks are going to be coming in from here. I don't see too many things. I was looking to see if Richard Sunagawa would be around, but he is not. So we have a call to the bullpen, and this is going to be number 63, A.J. Cole, coming in, the former Blue Jay, Indian, Yankee national in the ball game. On the first pitch is a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. I kind of forgot that A.J. Cole had migrated his way over to the NPB. This is going to be his 18th appearance of the year. He's 2-0. He's worked 18 and a third innings. He's allowed 12 hits. The lanky right-hander delivers a pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1 to Shudo. Shudo is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and scored a run in the first. He's grounded out and has flown out. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. The thing that is interesting to me about A.J. Cole is it almost looks like his body is moving at a different speed than his arm. It looks like the Hawks are going to be dipping into the bench, as it looks like it is going to be Freddie Galvis, who's moving into the on-deck circle. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. I'm talking about players. Freddie Galvis got off to, I guess, a dream first game start, and then it was all downhill after that. He was not off. He actually got sent down to the farm to try to sort himself out. You get sent down to the Japanese Farm League. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. They signed Galvis to a 2-year, $8 million deal, did the Hawks in the offseason. I kind of questioned that move because, well, I questioned the move not for the Hawks per se, but for Freddie Galvis. Galvis has got 9 years plus of seniority in Major League Baseball. To get to the 10 years, he would have a full Major League pension. I'm just sort of surprised he didn't stick around and try to hook in with a team and try to get to the call to the big leagues. He's got basically a half a season to get that full pension. Maybe he figured the 2 years, $8 million was too tough to pass up. Here's the 3-2 offering, and that is going to be ball 4 to Shudo. And he is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 7th inning. That is going to bring up, or it's scheduled to bring up Isami Nomura, but it looks like Nomura's day is done, as we are going to see Freddie Galvis step to the plate. So Galvis is a switch hitter. He said he's struggled this season. He was hitting 138. Got one homer and 4 RBIs. He's got no stolen bases. So Freddie Galvis in here to replace Nomura. The Venezuelan waggles the bat, and here comes the offering from Cole, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Galvis. Galvis has the ability to put the ball in the seats as well. So Cole holds at the chest. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fastball. Off to the races goes the runner. The throw down to second base is up the line, but it's in time to nail Shudo. Shudo is caught stealing 2-6. Ooh, boy, that is going to erase the runner here. You're down by 3 in this situation. It really doesn't mean a whole lot. The guy that's really important in that situation is the guy who's on deck. I do understand why they want to get him into scoring position, but they were able to turn it around, and there was a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-2 to Freddie Galvis. So the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawk fans are probably groaning a collective sigh of disbelief. Here comes the 1-2 offering now from Cole. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now still going to remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, you got to ask yourself, what were they thinking? So Galvis is in the hole here against Cole. Cole gets the sign from his catcher Uchiyama, and he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped back to the pitcher. Cole has to leap because it almost got over his head, and Galvis is gone on a ground out, 1-3. That is going to be out number 2 here in the 7th inning, and that's going to bring up the right fielder Yuki Yanagita. For Yanagita, he is 1 for 3 on the day. He has singled, he has struck out, and he is grounded out. So Cole ready to go. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and fires. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0 to Yanagita. Nash asked the question. He says, Galvis got called up. Did he really do well on the farm? Well, I don't think he was stinking it up like he was in the level. I took a look in on him about a week or so, or a couple of weeks ago. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 2-0 to Yanagita. I have to go back and look at his farm stats. But you couldn't be worse than what you were doing at the NPB level, hitting a $130. There's a fastball swung on and grounded foul, and the count is 2-1. Makes you wonder sometimes with players. I was thinking of Jonathan Scope of the Detroit Tigers. Scope might be one of those type of players that is playing well, and then when his game goes, it just falls fast. And you see that sometimes with veteran players. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Misses inside. The count goes to 3-1 on Yanagita. So 3 balls and 1 strike. I would hazard a guess that even if that runner Shudo didn't steal, they might have grounded into a double play on that comebacker to Cole. And here's the 3-1 offering. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Yuki Yanagita. We're getting into crunch time, as both of these teams are getting into their final 6 outs here, as the Hawks have 2 out here in the 7th inning. Cole rocks into the motion. He kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it, as Yuki Yanagita goes down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. So there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. AJ Cole survives a leadoff walk. We're now through 7. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks trailing the Yakult Swallows 7-4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be a part of this with us tonight. Here's our Swallow Did You Know again.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you, Steve. It is Steve Rademacher. Be sure after the game to go check out his channel. He is a supporter of ours, and in turn, we like to support Steve, whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, his Saturday morning cartoons, or his Sunday shoutouts. He has got something for everybody. And just as we have something for everybody, there is a pitching change, and we're going to get you that here in just a moment. It is to be Matsumoto coming into the ballgame for the Hawks. And it will be Yuki Matsumoto. He is taking over. This is going to be his 11th appearance on the year. He is 2-0 on the year. He's worked 17 1/3 innings. He's allowed 21 hits. He has given up 3 walks. He has struck out 16. He's given up 8 runs, all of which have been earned. It's not a 4.15 earned run average. So Yuki Matsumoto into the ball game, as he is taking over here as pitcher number 5 for the Hawks. So Matsumoto is going to be facing the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order. It is Nagioka, Shiomi, and Yamazaki scheduled to come to bat. So that is the battle of the bullpens at this point. And the first pitch is delivered. It is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Nagioka. Nagioka is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and scored a run. He is lined to third and popped to short. And here comes the offering. It is a changeup that is swung on and missed. Nagioka looks like he almost turned himself into the ground. The count now is 1-1 to him. We got Redbeard Breaks in the house. Welcome, Jimmy. Thanks for stopping in. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field, but racing back and making the catch is the center fielder Masaki, and that is going to retire Nagioka for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring in the top of the order, Yasutaka Shiomi. For Shiomi tonight, he's been aboard 3 times. He is 2 for 3. He's got a couple of singles. He's also got a walk. He's raised his season average up to 277. So Matsumoto ready to face the leadoff hitter, Shiomi. Right-hander against the right-hander, and here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that just misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Vivid Life chimes in that the Fighters have just picked up 3 more runs. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that catches the inside corner, and the count is 1-1. Something to note about the Fighters is the amount of home runs they've hit this year. I was taking a look at some of the stats. If I'm not mistaken, they are leading the Pacific League in home runs. And if they're not over all the leaders, they're number 2 in all the NPB, I believe, in home runs. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Shiomi. Matsumoto ready to deliver again. He kicks and fires. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 2-2. I think Shiomi wanted that one back based on the reaction. The pitch was a middle away fastball, something that he probably could have drove. So now he might not get that good looking pitch that he had just there. Here comes the 2-2 offering. And there's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Shiomi is retired on strikes for out number 2. Our friend Alexander says it just goes to show you that baseball isn't won with dingers. If dingers is all you get anyway. Now, that seems to be the case. The North American style of baseball, it's feast or famine for a lot of teams. I watched the Angels. We did that Angels game last night. Shohei Ohtani on the hill against Nick Pivetta. And boy, oh boy, the opportunity for the Angels to put that game away in other parts of the game was kind of disgusting, the way that they had squandered at bats and opportunities. First pitch was a fastball taken by Yamazaki for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. There's a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and now the count's 0-2. Nash asks the question, how many imports are allowed per team? Well, there's no cap on the number of imports. As an example, at least that you can have on your roster, the Hanshin Tigers last year at one point had 8 import players. Now, what you can put on the name sheet is a different story. And if memory serves me correct, it is 4 imports on the game sheet, as there's a fastball that misses outside. And the count is 1-2 on Yamazaki, but only 3 can be playing at one time. So that is, if memory serves me correct. So here comes the 1-2 offering from Matsumoto. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-2. So, yeah, I remember last year with the Tigers, they had, or no, maybe it was 2 years ago. No, I think it was last year with Justin Bohr and Jerry Sands. They had Jeffrey Marte offensively, and then they had a whole bunch of pitchers. I think they might even had another offensive player as well. And there's a split finger pitch that is waved at and missed, and Yamazaki is retired on strikes for out number 3. So the Swallows go quietly here in their half of the 8th inning. That is now 7 Swallows in a row retired. We are now through 7.5 innings. Your score is the Swallows 7 and the Hawks 4. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, everybody, with the call of the bottom of the 8th inning, as the Hawks will come to bat with the heart of the batting order. So stick around, everybody. We'll be back after this. 7-4 for the Colt Swallows.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. It is going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Hawks. That's Alfredo Despania, Taisi Makihara, and Yerizabel Graciel. We'll get you the updates here on the pitching changes as they come along. 7-4 is the score as the Hawks, who had a 4-1 lead, watched it evaporate courtesy of the third baseman, Munetaka Murakami, who has a 2-run homer and a grand slam. He's driven in 6 of the 7 runs. Absolute hitting display that he is putting on tonight. They do have a pitching change. It is going to be Ryuta Kono coming in for the Swallows. Is a big right-hander. He is making his 21st appearance. So Kono is in the game. He's 1-0 on the year. He's worked 18 innings. He's allowed 9 hits, 3 walks. He's struck out 23. He has only allowed 1 run, and that was earned. He's got an ERA of 0.50. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down to Despania, and the count is 1-0. So 1-0 from Kono. Konno is how his last name is spelled. So holding the ball at the belt, and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball. This ball is scorched to deep left field, but it is going to be right to the warning track. Just got underneath it a little bit. Was the hitter Despania. That ball was absolutely crushed, but it was just a little bit underneath it. It was a sky-high ball to the warning track, but it didn't quite get out. It was so high, I thought it was possibly, as we look at the replay, maybe even going to hit the roof. But instead it lands right in the glove of the left fielder, Hamada, for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up Makihara to the plate. For Makihara tonight, he is 1 for 3. And he swings at the first pitch breaking ball, and he grounds that one foul on the first base side, and the count is 0-1. Makihara has singled and scored a run. He's grounded out and struck out tonight. And the Hawks need some runners to get things going. Yerizabel Graciel waits his turn on deck. So a base runner here can help the big Cuban up, and there is a split finger pitch that swung on and missed. The only way I can describe that pitch from Kono is unfair. That pitch was in the dirt. Basically, Makihara had no chance. So here comes the 0-2 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 0-2 to Makihara. So Kono can kind of see why he's got that 0.50 ERA. Of course, it's fallen a little bit now with the retirement of Despania. He attacks the hitters. He's able to mix his speeds a little bit here. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded slowly back to the pitcher. And he fields it and he throws to first. That's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for the second out of the inning. Our friend Alexander says, lovely stuff this game. Yeah, this has been a great game. You know, what it could use is another run or 2 by the Hawks to make this a nail-biting finish. Of course, unless you're a Swallows fan, you might have something different to think about that. We really haven't had too many Swallows fans come in here. We have people who are Hawks fans or Eagles fans that stop in. I don't think we've had anybody that's been a Swallows fan. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Yerizabel. Sorry, 1 ball and no strikes to Yerizabel Graciel. Back to that cappuccino again. We got to keep ourselves awake here. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is popped up into right field. Coming in underneath it is the right fielder, Yamazaki. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it for out number 3. And that is a fly ball to right field for Graciel. So the Hawks go quietly in their half here. And we got Luis Martinez popping in. He says, do you think the Hawks will score a 4th run? I think that their time is almost up. But you never know the way this one has gone. There were no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board in the bottom of the 8th. We're moving to the 9th inning. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks trailing the Yakult Swallows 7-4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with the call at the top of the 9th inning. We're glad you guys could pop in here with us.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game. And if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. I jumped the gun a couple innings ago when I announced that Ray Takahashi was coming into the game. Well, now he is in the game. The sidewinder is coming in. It's going to be his 3rd appearance for the Hawks this year. He has worked an inning and a third. He's allowed 1 hit. He's walked 2, and he has struck out 2. Also conceded a couple of earned runs. And he's got an ERA of 13.5. So here comes the first pitch. And that is taken for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. It is slated to be at the bats here. It's supposed to be Tetsuda Yamada, which it is. Yamada, Murakami, and Osuna, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Swallows batting order. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. When we saw Takahashi play last year, I saw him a few times. And my knock on him is that he doesn't throw enough strikes. He walks too many guys. He was pretty much a walk an inning guy last year, and he actually had a few starts for the Hawks last season as well. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. So if he can cut down on his base on balls, he could be a very effective right-hander. Just because he's a submariner. He's not a sidearmer. He is literally knuckles dragging off the ground when he delivers the pitch. There's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is 2-2. I don't know where anybody actually learns how to throw like this until you've actually had a couple of surgeries. It's not traditional in North America that you see guys that are submariners unless they've hurt themselves and are trying to reinvent themselves. And there's a pitch that is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third. A beautiful play by Shuto, ranging to his left. He spins 360 degrees and throws across the infield, and he's able to get Yamada by a half a step. That's going to be a ground out 5-3. Shuto has been very impressive at third base. He's been an absolute vacuum cleaner tonight. Well, that is going to bring up the star of the evening, Munetaka Murakami. Murakami tonight, he is 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 6 runs driven in. He's got a grand slam and a 2-run shot. He's also walked. That's his 18th and 19th homers of the year. And here comes the pitch from Takahashi. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Alex says, I wouldn't bet on the NPB. Go bet on Greyhounds or Russian ping pong. It's less random. Or, for that matter, the Los Angeles Angels. They're pretty consistent. I think they lost again tonight. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Alexander says the submarine always looks a little bit funny. Yeah, he kind of makes Darren O'Day look like he's over the top. This guy here is way down there. And there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 1-2 on Murakami. So it's hard to tell what pitch is a breaking ball and which isn't. That last pitch there, just the way that he gripped it, looked like it was breaking ball material, but how does the breaking ball move? It looked like it was pretty much just a regular fastball. There was no movement on that pitch, or a straight ball maybe. There's a fastball that misses outside, and it's 2-1. And also on top of it, it's hard to tell the difference between his fastball and his off-speed pitch because none of the pitches are particularly being fired in there with any type of velocity. That last pitch came in at 116 kilometers an hour. Be about a 72 or 73 mile an hour fastball. There's another 115 kilometer an hour pitch that's swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. Our friend Vivid Life has said his KBO bets are in now. See, that's what happens when you consistently work the midnight shift. You start looking for action all over the world. KBO as well. Here's the 2-2 offering, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right center field for a base hit. That is going to be the third hit of the ball game for Murakami, but it's his first of a single variety, and that's going to bring up Jose Ozuna. Our friend Nash says that betting on the NPB is tough, but if you do enough research, you can be profitable just as with any sport league. And that I actually would agree with. You have to follow it tightly. We follow it obviously here, but the time difference also puts a damper on things. I do like when I get a feel of calling consecutive games and seeing the same teams over and over and over again. You start to get a feel for how the game is played, but because we're only calling a couple of games a week, you sometimes lose that feel. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. There's another piece to this that I'll add on to this. Vivid says this was his first year watching baseball, and it started with a coworker convincing me to place a bet on his game. Yeah. Can make it entertaining, that's for sure. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Galvis flips it over to second for one. Back to first. That's a Hawks double play. That is a 6-4-3 variety. And that is going to do it for the Swallows in their half of the ninth inning. So there was no runs. There was one hit. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. The Swallows, who stranded 7 runners on in the first 4 innings, have not stranded a runner since. We are now through 8.5. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks trailing the Swallows 7-4. Stick around, everybody. We'll continue the chat when we return. We appreciate Vivid Life for being here and everybody else as well. Hang tight, everybody. Here's our friend Dave again.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Scott McGuff time. He is coming in for the Swallows to take over here in the ninth inning. The former Miami Marlin is in his fourth season in the NPB. He is working in his 26th game. He has worked 25 innings so far. He's allowed 13 hits. He's walked 3. He has struck out 33. He's only given up 2 earned runs. He's got an ERA of 0.72. And on top of that, he has been absolutely electric as he's got 19 saves. He had 31 saves last year for the Swallows. The former University of Oregon Duck, as we said, made his way to the NPB in 2019. He's found himself to be very, very durable. He is still quite young. He is going to be 33 after the season at the end of October, on the 31st to be exact. And the first pitch is a fastball that is swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1. It is Masaki, Matsuda, and Kai scheduled to bat here in the ninth inning. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. Our friend Vivid Life says he's found this channel and he's been able to listen in to all the stuff that we do, and we do appreciate you being here, by the way. We thank you for that. And there is a breaking ball that misses down and away. They appeal down to the first base umpire, and the count is now 1-2. Luis Martinez says, if the Hawks score a run in this inning, I'll tell you a Mexican joke, and I'll send him part of my winnings. Well, we appreciate that, Luis. What would be more important is that you subscribe to our channel so you can come on back in here again and listen when we call the late night games. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 2-2. We love having the people around, and we do like engaging with the chat. We've had some pretty wild nights, especially opening night early in the season. We were getting, 40 to 50 people into the chat. That was crazy. Couldn't even keep up that night. And there is a fastball. Take it for a called third strike. And Masaki is stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by, and he is gone for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Nobuhiro Matsuda. For Matsuda tonight, he is 2 for 3. He's got a double, a couple RBIs. He singled, and he flew out right to the warning track in right field. So his bat has been on fire tonight, the veteran right-handed stick. So he's raised his season average up to 197 with his hits tonight. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. They appeal to the first base umpire, but they say Masuda didn't go. He was able to hold up his swing, and the count is 1-0. Just a reminder, after the game tonight, we will take a rundown of the out-of-town scoreboard before we sign off. Here comes the 1-0 offering, and that pitch was a split-finger pitch that was swung on and missed. The count is now 1-1 to Matsuda. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I am kind of actually intrigued by a Mexican joke. I think that would be kind of funny as well. There's another split finger pitch that's waved at and missed. Matsuda looked clueless on those last 2 pitches. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Takuya Kai is scheduled to be the next batter. We'll see if he makes his way up. And there is a fastball swung on. Masuda is gone for out number 2. And this is going to be a situation. Will the ball hit the bat, or is the bat going to hit the ball? I would say if there's any contact here off of McGuff, it's going to be that the ball hits the bat, and that would be by accident. He is looking tough tonight as he struck out the first 2 hitters he's faced. I would say man against boys. That is how it's looking. If the Swallows hang on and win here, it is going to be their title in the interleague. They will be taking it all the way. And we do have a pinch hitter here, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. It is a left-handed stick. This is Momori who is at the plate, batting for Kai. Masaki Momori, trying to keep it going. So no ball, one strike to Momori. And there is a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and now they're down to their last strike. As Momori has swung and missed at 2 pitches in a row here. Momori is hitting .244 on the season with 6 homers and 19 RBIs. The Hawks need instant runs to be able to come back on this one, but they're down to the last strike. Here's the 0-2 offering. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly to second. It is fielded nicely by the second baseman, Okamura, and it is going to be in time to get Momori. It's going to go as a ground out 4-3, and the Yakult Swallows have captured this year's interleague play. They are the 2022 interleague champions with the victory here tonight. That is going to put them at 13-4, and nobody is going to be able to catch them as the Swallows have flapped their wings to the victory here with one interleague game still to play. So for the Hawks in their half of the 9th inning, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your final score is 7-4. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. We'll give you guys the call of this one, and we'll wrap it up here. We've got a few other fellows that are there. We've got Luis Martinez Nash, Alex, and Josh S. Thanks a lot, guys, for stopping in. We'll go to this little break, and then we'll come on back and give you the wrap-up from around the league. Would you like to support Last Raps Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Raps Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you a rundown of all the other games across the NPB. We've got a couple other finals. We'll start off with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters putting up a 10 spot on the board to knock off the Chinichi Dragons 10-0. 10-13-0 for the Fighters, 0-5-0 for Chinichi. No home runs in the game, surprisingly, as that has been the Fighters' mantra. But it was Imagawa who knocked in 3. He led the way, going 3 for 4 tonight with 3 runs batted in. The win in that game there looks like it is going to go to Segura. He takes the win. Okada will take the loss. All the rest of that information is going to come down in a little bit later. Also just in, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles knocked off the Yamuri Giants 8-1. 8-11-0 for the Golden Eagles, 1-8-1 for the Giants. The win goes to Hayakawa. He goes to 4-3 on the season. He went 6 innings, striking out 5. He allowed 5 hits and walked 1. The loss goes to CC Mercedes. 5 2/3 innings for him. 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 5 walks and 3 Ks. Kawashima homered for the Golden Eagles. And your final score, once again, Golden Eagles 8, Giants 1. Other games are still underway across the NPB. There's 2 other games still going. The Saitama Cebu Lions have a 2-1 lead over the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. 2-12-0 for the Lions, 1-6-0 for the Carp. There is 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Suzuki Genda is at the plate. They have the bases loaded, and they are threatening to add to their lead. The top of the 11th, the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars are all locked up at 1 with the Chiba Lotte Marines. It was announced earlier today that Chiba has signed Roberto Osuna, the former Blue Jays and Astros closer. So he is making his way over to Japan. The Battle of Osaka takes place at 2 o'clock Pacific time, or 5 a.m. Eastern. And it is going to be the Hanshin Tigers and the Oryx Buffaloes. That is the only game that is not underway. It is a late start. Once again, everybody, we got Nash, we got Alexander Leggett, we got Luis Martinez, we got Josh, we had the living room in the house, and everybody else tonight that stopped in to say hello. We do want to thank you for this. Josh S. as well. Alexander says he likes the Lions to be able to hold on. I guess we're going to find out here shortly, especially if they can cash it in. As for the Marines and Stars, like the Marines. So, well, listen, everybody. Once again, we appreciate you all being here. We're going to be back on the air again next week. Tomorrow is looking doubtful as we've got some stuff going on here that we have to take care of, and I don't think we're going to be able to get any of the NPB action tomorrow night. We'll be looking to do some Major League Baseball during the week, so we will be updating our channel. I can tell you that next weekend we are also going to be away. Going to be over on the island of Vancouver Island. So we're not going to be doing anything on that weekend as far as games are concerned, but we are going to be doing stuff the following week and picking up the pace towards the end of the month of June. So once again, this has been another Last Wraps Baseball video production. We appreciate you guys for all being here, and thank you again for listening. Have a great evening, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you again next week. Check our channel out. We will be bookmarking some of that stuff for the future dates. Have a great night, everybody.